This feels bad, like when they don't see us start Audacity. They're like, "Oh, we missed out on the snaps and the
We
blue
missed
waves
them
are
starting
showing."
Audacity. I'm sure they care.
I have waves.
Tell me,
Wait,
dear
what is
listener.
this
do you
bullshit?
care?
Discard projects. Don't show this again.
Wow, this is like grade A shrink
Oh.
wrap here.
Okay, we're gonna sit here and present you. This is Coach getting his spit all over your delightful Patreon rewards. Oh, look at that. Oh, mow down.
any of
with
you are
those
planning on doing
illustrious
any
incisors.
highly incriminating things, just plant this card on the I'll have to come all the way over to Iowa to come get me. All right, let me get that out of there. Let's start Audacity. Just tease him a little bit more. Tease him.
Okay, mine's working.
Tease him. Okay.
Yeah, that's dude. You know what's bullshit is they totally nerfed all the questions. Especially the best question. My question is if we could still tailgate at Worlds, and you said that in a much more PC way. So thank you for that.
It's really not his decision, anyways. So I'm sure they wanted to. And if he comes on and says, "Oh yeah, sure," I mean,
did they nerf that one?
Well, it's you asked if there was going to be other ways for people who didn't qualify to experience Worlds.
Oh yes, yeah.
Which for me was going to be let's fucking tailgate.
To tell you the truth, I threw that one out there. Like I know he's not going to be able to ask that one. I knew that right off the bat. Like I threw a couple of questions in there. Like
and my other favorite was going to be what do you do with the regional buy cards?
Regional buy cards. I know.
I still might jab that. You know.
Hey, they did approve one of the questions that did have the buy card kind of thing in there.
Now, what's the problem with the buy card?
When are you going to use it
for?
What do you mean? When are we going to use it?
Well, what do you use a store championship buy card for?
The hyperspace qualifiers.
You do? You know that for sure?
No, but I'm really good at assuming things.
Well, and the card does say it throughout the 2018 regional season, right? So
I threw it in there just for I threw a couple of questions in there, and actually, to tell you the truth, I was surprised those three were the only three. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I was surprised at a couple of them. So
you sent us our show notes, which are the questions.
I sent you the fucking questions. I did not make show notes up tonight.
Right. So what are we going to talk about until Wade gets here?
We're going to talk about news that just dropped today, the Altart cards. We're going to talk about I don't fucking care. I did my work for this week. You motherfuckers can come up with the rest.
Hey, are you gonna have one of those?
Oh my God, Mark!
What the
fuck? No.
Hey,
you and your sound effects.
One of those intro to X-Wing 2.0 tournaments that dropped from FFG.
August 30. August 30. I'll have that kit.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna get one of those kits?
I got all of it coming. Don't worry. Northwest Iowa's hooked up.
I don't want anything but an Academy pilot card.
Well,
that's all I would go there for.
Depending on how well you do, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how many I'm getting. Hey, I want to give first a pre-recording shout out to Sir Jordan, in short. Jordan saw the little placement on the bathroom, and kudos to you, buddy. Nobody tags OCX without OCX knowing, but you did. That was good work. .x HUD tagged the bathroom with. It was a good job.
Which bathroom?
His puny fucking stickers.
Yeah, his tiny. But he put it in like such a good spot. It's like when you go to the bathroom, it's like up, above, and behind. So you have to like turn around and see in the corner.
You were taking a shit when you saw it, didn't you?
Huh?
You were taking a shit when you saw it, weren't you?
Oh, I was taking a piss, and And I don't know why I turned around and saw it, but I saw it and I was like, good work, Sir Georgie. I don't know how he pronounced it. But
did you leave it?
Oh, one of our guys did? He just authorized it. Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense. One of our guys got a hold of the sticker and he's like, "Can I what? I don't even know how to retort to that one. I don't have a beer right now, so I'm gonna go get a beer before we start.
Harold is telling us that
I've got my liquor.
He's got a link and they'll let us use them at the hyperspace trials.
I'll post the link on the OCX page, but
yeah,
they'll let you use them for the hyperspace. What? Explain, Harold.
The regional buy cards, you can use them at hyperspace trials. That's what he's saying.
Man, I would have tried. I would have tried harder, maybe. Probably not. Who am I kidding?
Because God knows you weren't trying hard enough. I bet you were sitting there going, you know what? That card's not going to be worth anything. I'm just going to take it relaxed here.
Pretty much. And I already had one of the plastic X-Wing cards that is no good. You can't use. I actually gave it away. So I gave it to a kid that came. He was pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I ended up giving mine away because it was my third. Because I got one for judging at a local store, and then I got one for judging at the other store that I was also playing at, and I got the winner card. So I took the judge card and gave it to the person in third place.
There you go.
Like, there's no reason for this. I should not be walking out of this tournament with twice as much swag as literally anybody else. Is like that's a little unfair. I did end up keeping the extra range rulers just because I like finding people at tournaments and whatnot and just giving them out.
Yeah, I gave my extra set of those away too because
we only had 8 people at the other tournament, so everyone got a set.
Hey, Coach, you never do respond when I ask you. Do you need me to send my templates to you to get them upgraded to 2.0?
Just do it yourself.
Well, I'm probably going to end up.
And he's still not answering.
That was a lot of skin. Oh man, that sucked. Okay, on the templates deal, we are waiting for Canada to give me like an idea of if they can do it or not. I sent them a bunch of sets to start out with, and I want him. They just got it Monday. And so I have not seen any pictures or anything that they are able to convert them. But once they send me some pictures and say, yay, we got it, we can do it, then I will get those back. And I'm going to send the rest out. And yes, then I will give you their address to send yours to them. Whoever else has OCX.
Well, it's in
templates.
Canada, right?
It's in Canada.
So how ridiculous is shipping there?
It's not as bad as you think it would be. It's just the hassle of filling out the customs cards.
All right, because here's the issue I'm looking into. Applied Perspectives will do the same thing.
They're doing it. I'll just let you know. They're doing it.
But Applied Perspectives isn't in Canada.
Yes.
They are?
I don't know. I think maybe. Dude, I don't know. I'm just like fucking like a little poor boy here just going, will you do this? Will you do this? And,
okay.
And anyone who says yes.
Well, for anybody who's looking to do it, Applied Perspectives does it.
I feel like that's the Canada group.
I swear I got templates from them at one point and don't remember it coming from Canada.
I don't know, man. This is he guaranteed me that these were going to be fixed, and so if this doesn't work, I tell you what, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have him ship them back to me, and I'm going to buy as many fireworks as I can possibly buy, and I'm going to put the whole box of OCX templates on top of this large mound of fireworks. I don't care. I don't care. It's going to go off. and I'm gonna burn them all to hell, and we're just gonna start over.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of the point we're at. Is like if it goes south, I mean, fuck it.
I listened to the 2.0 episode, and I heard the point where you were like, Coach is literally going to kill himself if these don't work out.
According
and I
to
am literally at that point right now.
The Internet of Things.
The Internet of Things.
Applied Perspective is in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
It is north, though. It is Canada South.
So I don't know what company you're going through, but
I sent them to Bruno, and I'm wearing Bruno's shirt, and I'm going to clarify that Bruno is not French or any way associated with the French. He's Canadian.
He's French Canadian. It's pretty much the same thing.
Canadian. He speaks French Canadian. He always I'm always the one. Every time we call him French, he's like, I'm not fucking French. I'm like, I know.
Well,
yes,
he's from the piece of Canada that keeps trying to leave Canada.
Yes. Oh, dude, I'm now feeling these for the first time, and yes.
Oh, they do feel good?
Yeah.
Don't touch them all.
Part of me wants you to try to rip one in half to see if it's like the cardboard or the plasticky, but don't do that. Please don't. Please don't. Like, here's one down. That is something Wade would do.
Right.
That is like my favorite thing that Wade has ever done is I was at a tournament and he went to hand out a card to somebody and the person complained about the card and he ripped it in half and threw it at him and kept going.
That's awesome.
That's a good story to tell in about an hour from now. So,
I mean, eventually he went back and gave him one, but I mean, they got such a stack of cards that, ripping up a card that, even somebody could, sell for like,
what?
$100.
Fuck you, Padre. That's all I got to say.
At the 2.0 event, the guy Sarah was sitting next to me and Tyler was sitting across from me as we were getting set up. And the guy opposite Sarah, his Y-wing was crooked, had a crooked mount on it. And Wade walked by and he said, hey, can we do something about this? And he goes, sure. And he takes the Y-wing, drops it on the floor and smashes it with his foot. And I'm going, you have just hurt me to the soul. And he smiled and went and got the guy another Y-wing and brought it over. But I'm just like, you just crushed me right there.
That is wonderful. Like that is one of the reasons that I want to own a business, just so I can do things like that. Man,
you don't have to own a business.
One thing that he's always wanted to do, and I wish he would have done it. So the 2016 Worlds templates, they were the frosted white with the gold inlay. He got a 5 straight from that, and he has a set of templates that's just a whole bunch of random pieces that they've had in the back, and he's built it. So he has the 5 straight of like the World set. And he wanted to go up one time when like Kevin Leintz, who has one of those sets, is playing, and he just wanted to walk over and just kind of grab his straight 5 and stick it in his pocket, and then take his straight 5 and go, hey, Kevin, and just snap it right in front of him and just watch him lose his shit. And then once he's, lost it for a second, pull his actual 5 straight out of his pocket and give it back to him. But I think that would be hilarious.
That would be very funny. That's pretty cruel, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. You don't have to own a store to do shit like that, Chico. You just got to have big balls.
Well, I mean, like having a store where you're in charge of product. That makes sense that you can do that and be the nice guy, but you could just always go around smashing people's shit and see what they have to say about it. Yeah, that's it. That was something that was a lot of fun with burning all of the 1.0 stuff that Luke had. We went over and had a campfire at his place, and he didn't even save any of his alt arts, whether they were official or not. and just taking some of those cards that it was like, how hard did I try for this card? And then just gone.
I tell you what, Chicago, when I open my store in Sioux City, I'll put you in charge of it, and then you can make those decisions. How about that?
Well, see, that's the thing is I can make those decisions without being in charge. I'm bigger than you. What are you going to do about it?
All right. I tell you what, we've wasted enough time. I said 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and did you see I posted a topic, something we could talk about in the Hangout chat?
No, I didn't.
Dude, none of you read that thing.
The Hangout chat?
That is supposed to be like our inter-office communications.
Where do I even find that thing?
I cover it with the YouTube chat.
So over on like this side, there's
good.
like menu stuff for share screen. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's right there.
And it'll pop up the text over here.
I got it.
There you go.
Sure. Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So one of the other podcasts like briefly said something about it. I was like, that's an interesting topic, like going into 2.0.
Thanks, Mark. It's right here.
Mark, you're my hero.
All right. Oh shit. I don't have. Oh God. Do I have it? Okay. We're lucky.
You don't have it memorized yet?
Dude, come on. This is our 68th episode. 68th.
And you haven't gotten the intro right yet.
Still don't have the intro memorized. Oh shit. All right. Oh, snaps. Oh. Okay, so here's the question. We're doing. Oh my God, there's so much audacity for Montana. There's 15. Mark it down. 16 minutes. I got it.
Well,
I got
I'm
it.
just stopping mine, closing the track, and hitting record again.
Are we okay? We're gonna stop it and close it. All right, fuck it. Let's stop it. Open new.
Need that 15 minutes of audio.
Record.
Are you keeping notes this time, Coach?
I'll keep notes. I'll keep notes.
What do you need notes for?
It just makes things easier for Montana.
I want to say that it helped Montana out, but for fuck's sake, we still have the goddamn curse. Did anyone else listen to the last episode? Oh my God.
What curse?
It was like Chicago edited the fucking episode.
No, dude, I'm good with computers.
I was all over the place. Like it was not syncing up at all.
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. All right.
That's why I like just pulling YouTube audio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna pull YouTube audio anyway. Because I don't think Wade is gonna have Audacity running, but
oh fuck.
So let's just fucking do it anyway. Everybody got a blue waves?
Just a second.
I guess.
Blue waves.
All right. Good. All right. 3, 2, 1. Good enough.
That was bad.
It's gonna work. We're stripping audio from YouTube anyway. I don't fucking care.
All righty.
All right. Okay. Computer's plugged in. Yes, that's right. Man, what I really hate for my battery to run out. Good morning, X-Wing. Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rocket from the Delta Pala to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio podcast, broadcasting from the OCX studios in downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron, the Coach Kroll, and joining with me today is none other than the one, Chris Chico Brown.
I love X-Wing. It's great.
Are we doing that tonight? I didn't bring my milk. Oh, and also with us today, 487 miles to my right, Uncle Mark Tippett.
I'm back again. I'm awake. I have a beer.
It's good those are conveniently the three things that we need for you to be on this podcast. And back from the dead, everyone. Everyone's favorite party animal, Chicago.
As always, here to party.
There you go. And bringing up the rear, as always, Kyle, also known as Chicago. Oh, no, wait, he's not here this week. Oh, I was really interested in trying out his new nickname, Chicago. So
that's okay. He's not here to defend himself.
Hey, also bringing up the rear, Kyle, Chicago Stews, taking away Kyle, the Chicago Crickets. Our production company is not up to crickets yet, but that is okay. All right, everyone. I just want to let you know that I know a bunch of you are here to see Wade Piche. We all are all here to see Wade Piche on the show. I am too. I'm super excited.
The Wade is a lie. Wade is not coming.
Wade is not coming. Boo-hoo.
He's going to give you a bye.
Well, I was going to ask you this. Who the heck is Wade? Right?
Oh,
are you serious?
No.
I have that's a good segue into saying that Wade is currently running a game up in FFG Center right now, and he will be on around 10:30 Central Standard Time. So, in about an hour,
can we mention how those guys get the best prizes? That they were saying if they made 16 people for their tournament, they were going to give away 2 Lando's Falcons, or was it?
No. They were going to give away a Slave 1.
Okay, but still, just throwing out 2.0 stuff is like, here you go, just win in 2.0 ships before anybody else can have them.
No. They're gonna give away a Slave 1 fire spray 2.0.
Yeah, that's still awesome.
It's still awesome. I mean, I gave away 6 2.0 prizes ships at my store championships, which were fucking awesome. Baller. I want to thank everyone who came out to the OCX store championship. We had 20 players, guys. So
and Y-Wings rule.
And the fucking Y-Wings ruled. Yes.
Woohoo!
But it was not your average Y-Wing guy. Just saying.
It was
John. Mark average?
It was John, who flies nothing but X-Wings. So I want to give for
Y-Wings. He flies nothing but Y-Wings.
Now that we're on the subject, I want to give a huge shout out to John Style. Fuck you, Game State. He is OCX through and through. So you can try to claim him, but it's just not going to happen. He is OCX. And if you ask him, he's probably going to lie to your face, but he is OCX. So OCX on top, finally winning our own store championship.
Yeah, he's too nice of a guy to tell you that he'd be OCX to a Game State guy, but he'll wear an OCX shirt all day to every tournament he goes to.
But you know what? I also want to give a huge shout out to Aaron Sales. He was the lone Sparta, where we fucking not game, apparently, guy who came up. He was the lone Sparta guy. And he made it all the way to the finals, and he made me sweat the entire fucking game because God forbid if we lose another tournament to fucking Omaha, I was going to go irate. But
what's up? By the way, that's I'm gonna call out Sparta for not showing up.
Oh no, we're gonna call them out hardcore.
Yeah. Well, that's been kind of the thing, like with like store championships this season. That like early in the season, a lot of people went there because people wanted those 2.0 prizes, but it dropped quick.
Yeah.
Like I heard about tournaments in Indy where 4 people showed up.
No.
And like Indy, that's Hangar 19 territory. Those guys show up in mass everywhere.
That's crazy.
And I think this is a very good subject for us to get into right away at the beginning, because I do want to talk about this. I know we have our cute little chat here, and we're gonna get into that, Chico. Don't worry, we got an hour to waste. But I do want to talk about this because it was also at the same time, to give a little snapshot of our area, there were 2 stores around the Omaha area that also had store championships at the same time. And then it was us. I was very, very nervous of doing mine at the end. Again, 2.0 is fucking my life up. It is the worst for store ownership. But I heard later on that both of those store championships, one of them literally only had 6 people. 6 people.
Wow.
Yeah, people.
Rough.
In Omaha. Again,
and it was basically all Sparta. And I'm like, I went to Aaron. I was like, what? Because Aaron was the one that told me this. I was like, what the hell? Those guys know my store. They know we have the best time up here. I had so many prizes. Like, my participation prizes were like 10 cards, 2 stickers, and like all kinds of shit. Like, you got a stack for just being there. Not counting, oh my god! Like I'm
pretty sure everybody walked away with some sort of acrylic if they wanted it. They had.
If they wanted, they walk away with acrylic.
Yeah, that's unheard of. With a 20-person tournament, that's unheard of.
Right, but it's like some people are like you're saying one of the stores that ran on the same day of you only had 6.
Yeah.
Well, like part of that is people who just want that win, that number 1 spot. And they look at your store and go, wow, that's where everybody's going. So they're going to jump over to this other store thinking they're going to have some easy shot because I mean, they want that regional buy. That's the one thing they want. And they're always after me Lucky Charms. And that's the thing that they wanted.
You probably got a point there, Chico. I mean, that's probably valid. I mean, if I think the Sparta crew knows that we play competitive X-Wing in OCX, and people travel to play competitive X-Wing where we're at. And if they really wanted a shot, are they going to go play with 20 competitive guys, or are they going to go play where 6 dudes show up? Fair point. So, they're still fucking pussies.
In fair point. We're going to do, in all fairness, we're going to do a little thing we like to call the Carolina Crates Sparta shame list. If we can hear for like 2 seconds. So, do you have a bell? I'm going to give you time. I'm going to give you time to get a bell because this is going to be great. Oh my god, I got to remember all the Sparta guys. Okay, I think I got most of them. But this is for all of you Sparta guys, and I know you're listening because we're the only ones that are worth you guys listening to.
Just a second, let me pull this up, and there. Now we can do it.
Okay.
Oh, what the shit? Just a second. There we go.
Nice. You just got to take the echo off.
Oh, let's bring down the gain a bit. Now let's see how this sounds.
Okay, hold on. That's like a ring for service bell. That's not the clock tower shame bell. But it's a bell nonetheless. It works.
It works. Fuck off.
Let's go with it.
Fuck off. Okay. Oh my god, I have the entire Eastern Nebraska X-Wing page here. Nice. Okay. First off, Speedy.
Shame.
Second, Patrick.
Shame.
Ooh, that was a good echo there. Brant.
Shame.
Hold on. I got it here in a second. Damn it, what's his name? Give me a second.
Shame.
Michael.
Shame.
Doug.
Shame.
Brent.
Shame.
John Bruns.
Shame.
Just because he's all the way in. Because I saw he's in the chat. I thought it was funny. Nikki.
Shame.
Big time shame. And then we also have one more for the last one. That's not it. That's not who I'm looking for. Why do you guys have 284 members? Why is this possible? Go to the end. There it is. It's right.
I believe in you.
Oh, Keith. Shame.
I got one more.
You got one more?
Aaron Bonner.
No. Oh, Aaron.
Shame.
Bonner. Double shame.
Double shame.
Double shame.
I've also got another one here. Richard Sue.
Shame.
For not showing up to every store championship.
Yeah, because you see him everywhere else.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm saying it right here. Jim.
Shame.
Shame.
And last but not least, Sean fucking Dorsey.
Shame.
Oh, shame.
Shame.
There you go. There's the OCX shame list, motherfucking Sparta. Were we game? Shame on you. But anyway, moving right along. So, guys, we're going to go into a little segment here we like to call Chico's Questions to Coach, Questions to Live. So,
what is that in an acronym?
I don't know. Ooh, man, that is up to you. So, what we want to discuss a little bit is how hard do you play at tournaments? And how forgiving of mistakes are you, and does the level of competition matter? So, what I want to go first off is I'm gonna assume can we narrow this into probably 3 categories of players? I think there's 3 categories of players. I think there's the one that is they go to every tournament. They are the person to look out for, and they always bring either the same list they've been running or it is a variation of what they're the ones that compile all the lists together. They know what's going to be there, and they're the guy to beat, right?
Yeah, that's
so.
Okay,
Can we call that?
We're
that's
gonna call
usually
them
me at these local tournaments.
So let's call that the Howard branch.
No, the tryhards.
The Howard branch, the tryhards. Okay, let's go with the tryhards. But is tryhards really a good description? Because like I consider myself a tryhard, but I'm like I'm not gonna like do all the work.
No, because that's not trying that hard. that's the second group, and I'd put us both in this group, Coach. That's the second group of player who likes. Go ahead.
What is that group called? Chicago.
I don't have a cool name for them, but they're the players that like to win. They put effort into the game, but they don't necessarily put the huge amount of back stuff into it, and they're also not that serious about they enjoy the experience no matter how they do.
Okay, so we're gonna call that group the A for efforts.
Yeah, A for efforts.
Okay, so we got the tryhards, the A for efforts.
Yep.
And then we have EE, everyone else.
Everyone else. The filthy casuals that showed up for a tournament.
The filthy casuals. All right, I like that one.
The cannon fodder, the baby seals.
Seals. Right.
Let's just go round 1 win.
Round 1 win.
Let's go with that.
I think that's fair. That's 3 good categories. I like it.
It's the 13-year-old that you sit down across from and tells you, well, I've been away from the game for a while. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, what, 2 weeks?
I am now never gonna underestimate any 13-year-old at X-Wing. I'm sorry. Like little kid walks up to me and I'm like, this kid's a fucking prodigy of X-Wing and he's the next fucking Nathan Idy. So I'm gonna pick my ass off. I'm not taking any quarter at all. This game has gotten too big and it's way too high of a level that I guarantee you that 13-year-old kid has been practicing every night with his dad, who desperately wants to be the tryhard, but he's an A for effort. But his kid,
and they're gonna pull shit out of their ass that you've never seen because silly rabbit, those tricks are for kids.
And that's Tyler Tippett and me.
Yeah, there you go. And the dad desperately wants to make sure that he does better than his kid, but it's never going to happen. All right,
except on my dining room table, like at Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry.
It's all Chico's fault.
It's Ryan Farmer's fault.
He's way too good at this game. I'm not prepared for this. Okay. All right. Continuing on. How hard do you play? So let's go around the horn. Who are we? Are we a tryhard? Are we A for effort? Or are we a round one win? Round one loss, I guess, depending on who you look at it. So Chicago, who are you?
I say 85% of the time I'm an A for effort.
Wait. Let's add something new to this. Let's add a new spin to this.
All right, what's that?
Who are you gonna be in 2.0?
Oh, well, let me first answer that by in 1.0. I've flipped between try hard and then to A for effort. And I think I played all three categories. But for store championships this last season, I was A for effort guy and wanted to go have fun. And it was my chance to play X-Wing when I haven't been able to play it a lot. So I just wanted to bring something, have fun playing. If I did well, that's great. I still hate losing. I came in second in one store championship, and I think I placed sixth in OCX, but thanks to Sarah. We'll get into that maybe later. But anyway,
we're going to get into that because that was heartbreaking. That was absolutely heartbreaking.
It was. But I think at 2.0, I'm gonna try to tilt the line a little more over towards the try hard side and maybe get competitive a little bit again. And
for 2.0?
Yeah, for 2.0. Because I think 2.0 plays to my strengths as an X-Wing player more than the latter half of 1.0 meta did.
Yeah. For all of us old guys, and all of us are the old guys on this show, flying was what we learned the game with.
Yep.
So I do think 2.0 is going to be beneficial to us, but at the same time, it's teaching old dogs new tricks, and you know what to say.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm put it this way. I don't know if I'll end up being that try hard, but I'm looking forward to trying to try hard. Is that that's a little weird, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
You're trying to try hard. Okay.
But all right, do you want to touch on other parts of that question? How forgiving mistakes and what level is the competition matter, or you want to go around the horn first?
I want to go to Mark next and see what kind of player he's going to be in 2.0.
1.0, I was an A for effort guy, but usually ended up being the first round loss win for someone else. 2.0 is exciting because it's getting us back to our roots. And I'm going to try for that try hard.
You're gonna try to try hard too.
I'm going to try hard too.
So there's a 2.5 group in there. It's the try to try hard. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I think most of us are. I think as OCX guys, we're all in the category of if you end up in the A for effort, at least you got drunk.
That's Chico. What category are you
so I think it would come down to who you ask. If you ask my locals, I'm the fucking try hard. I'm the guy to beat. I'm always at the top, always playing something good, regardless of it's just a casual kit or store championships. But once you get up to like the regional level, I drop down to that A for effort level because I'm not the guy who's coming up with his list 4 or 5 weeks in advance and is practicing it like every other night to know all the ins and outs. I can't stick with a list for very, very long. I have list ADD, so I don't grab one and be awesome with it. Like from just continuous practice. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. And fortunately in my local meta, that's good enough to be, one of the best. So for my locals, I'm at the top and I'm always going into those local events going, okay, I know this person's going to be running scum. He's probably going to be running this kind of a list. We're probably going to have this many Imperials and, I'm figuring that out. But coming up in 2.0, I'm planning on judging a lot less, and I'm going to go to some of these bigger events as a player. And my goal is to actually start doing really well. I got a taste of it at the Chicago regionals. I made the cut at the Chicago regionals, and I was like, ooh, I can do this. And this was just grabbing a list that I was like, yeah, I think I can be pretty good with that. And, I did well. So with a little bit of practice, I think I can get up there, and I'm going to try.
So you're going for the try hard.
Yeah, try hard.
I like it.
I'm going to try hard not to judge too.
I'm actually going to step myself down. I tried to be a try hard, and in 2.0, I'm going to be an A for effort. I'm actually probably this last weekend, I don't know, got the TO bug in me, I guess. I might be switching spots with Chico. I kind of enjoyed running the tournament. I did it because it was my store and I didn't want anyone to miss out on the opportunity. So I took that opportunity on myself and I ran the stream. I judged. I did a bunch of stuff. My legs hurt like crap, but I kind of enjoyed it. It was fun. Now, granted, a lot of you out there are probably like, yeah, he judged through Facebook Messenger. And, yes, that's exactly how I judged, because I had a lot of weird questions that I totally did not see. And just letting everyone know that Chico was my number one go-to guy. He was. If anyone has any qualms or worries about who my number one go-to guy is, it is always Chico. But he just wasn't active fast enough, so I had to reach out to other people. Now, whether that was the right thing to do or not, but whatever, we got it solved. But
man, coach wanting to be a judge.
I know, isn't it weird? It's weird. It's super weird.
It's like I can't believe it. It's like, hey, Mike, yeah, I think he likes it, but if you're gonna go out to these events and be the judge, so I don't have to. I mean, so everybody, please direct all of your Facebook questions.
Oh my god,
and combination evaluations to coach instead of me for now on. There you go.
Yes, he did interrupt me. Thank you, Patrick. But whatever. Yeah, no, it was interesting. I went 5.5 years, guys, and I didn't win a single store championship. I've seen everyone that I've taught X-Wing win a store championship, pretty much. And at that point, I was like, maybe I'm just not going to win a store championship, kind of a thing. And my store champ was kind of my branching out and to be like, you know what? Let's see what the other side is like, and let's test the waters. And I don't know. It was fun. I think I ran a very good tournament. I thought it went super smooth. It was fast. Everyone had time to eat, but it was like, I think I ran one of the best store championships out there in of all.
I'll be honest, man, and this is I can't.
You're a little biased, but go ahead.
I'm a little biased, but I've been to several other OCX store championships, and this was by far the best one I've been to. I mean, we always have a good time down in Sparta, and they run a good ship, but I think ours was better. It was a lot smoother.
I want to compliment our software that we're running, which was Cryodex.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic because
hey, you know what, Chico, you got to do something about that software. My name wasn't at the top of the list.
I'll get right on that
software. You got to put in a little script there that if OCX Chicago equals win. Right, just put a one.
I thought about doing that a while back, have it recognize my name and have it in sparkly and rainbows and stuff. But I think people would freak out if they realized that the software could recognize names. And that would
it's
probably
software. Of course, it can recognize anything. It's just code.
Right. Right. but if they saw as like, oh, he actually is doing that, then that would be bad. So it doesn't do that. It's all open source. You can go look at the code. I know you won't, but you can.
Hey, but actually, what would be cool though, Chico, now that you say that, is if you could recognize some of the top names in the game and put their podcast symbol or their group affiliation next to their name on the Cryodex. That would be cool.
3 weeks left.
Or like TO warning. This is
no
a crate.
one's using Cryodex.
Yeah, crate. Like so.
Oh no! Hey, wait. Cryodex transfers over to 2.0, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did that yesterday. You just multiply the default points by 2.
Yep,
like
done.
I changed a 1 to a 2.
Shit.
It took like no work.
No, but that would be awesome. So anytime that there's a crate and they're not number 1 split, after their name, you put not on top.
Well, now that and Sir Joji mentioned it, what I did with my tournament was I did pair round 1, and I read off everyone's name, and I says, who rode with who? If you were paired up with someone you rode with, we're gonna change it. And Cryodex just allowed me to do that just super fucking fast.
Coach, if you would have put their group name in the section that says group, Cryodex will automatically do that where it splits people by
Dude,
group.
come on. I was already trying to... I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm definitely not smart. This fucking fly is gonna piss me off.
It is so easy. You just enter in the group name, go into the tournament wizard, split by group, finish, snap, crackle, pop, it's done.
Oh, another one.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You did that. God damn you, Ryan Farmer. God damn you.
I'll be here all night.
Oh, that was good work, though. I like that. But no, I specifically made sure that nobody played somebody that they rode with. It took me 2 turns to do it, but everyone, I had so many people coming in. I was like, thank you. I didn't want to play the guy because I think we had about 3 or 4 people that were going to play people that were whatever.
Yeah, I especially hate it when that happens in like extremely large tournaments. I mean, like we had people at Worlds that got paired like round 1 together that flew over an ocean to get there. It's like
they're like
come on, please,
come on.
Yeah,
like I went to him and was like, I'm not going to pair you guys up the first round, but after that, it's your own fucking fault.
Right.
So after that, you don't have to blame me.
The randomness, and you deal with it.
Between the prizes and everything else, it was a great time. I don't think anyone left unhappy, especially the final game. Oh my god, we specifically recorded the final game separate, not like on purpose, but accidentally. I pulled a Chico and fucking hit the wrong button, and then started it up in the last.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But if you go back and watch that last game, it literally came down to a 1-hull versus one hull Y-wing versus a 1-hull Miranda, and the Y-wing sneaked one through. It was
one hull, 1 shield Miranda.
Yes. The TLT took the shield. The TLT took the last. It was amazing. It was amazing. Both players play their hearts out. I want to give another shout out to John Style and Aaron Sales. They had a great time. But to get back on subject, yes, I'm gonna fall back into that A for effort. I'm a home brewer, so I'm gonna come up with my own weird shit. I'm still gonna go to all the tournaments, but yeah, I might. I don't know if I'm fully equipped to take on the judge role, but I might be open to it. I've realized that I'm a good enough player to not be a good enough player. So if I can help other players out, that's me. So I think that's all of us. So let's move on to the next question. And this is a good one. How forgiving of mistakes are you? And I think we're going to go in reverse order. We're going to go right back to me like a snake draft. Man, I am way too forgiving on mistakes. And I've realized this a long time ago, but at the same time, I just can't. Even at the highest levels, like it's Worlds, and I still had a guy go, "Oh yeah, I forgot that FCS on the ship that I'm clearly going to shoot at with me having a focus token." I'm like, all right, yeah, you had FCS and you shot at him. Yeah, it's there. Put it on there. I gotta get over that. Maybe I think that's my own problem. Is that. And maybe the better question is at what level of competition do you say no and do you say yes? You know, for me at a Storm Championship, I would like to say yes, go ahead, put it on there. And I thought I would be at the higher levels, say like, nope, fuck you, you forgot, missed opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Now, is FCS a game state?
No, FCS is a May.
Okay, FCS is May. All right. And at that point, I'm like, I guess it determines on where I am at in the game. But even at the same time, I'm still like, I'll still catch myself. I'm like, fuck it. Just take it. I want to play the best game I can. I want to win with honor.
I'm the same
way,
is Coach.
Dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb.
Explain? But that's where I sit at. I either need to get better at it or I just need to just be like, yep, if you play coach, he's pretty much going to let you get away with every missed opportunity in the world, which I don't want that to happen because that's a bad way to teach people. But I'm catching myself a little better on it. And hopefully I won't be as I'm going to be a little bit I'm going to be a little bit more of a prick in the future during my game. So Chico, on to you.
Now, I'll preface this with saying I know that this is the wrong way to do it. But for me, level of competition super matters. Where I'm at in the competition super matters on how merciful I'm going to be or not. And a lot of it comes down to how long it's been since something and like how big of a deal it is, kind of thing. So for instance, I've had people say, you know, oh, I forgot my action. And I'm like, you know what, go ahead and focus. It's the default thing. Or it is clearly obvious you were going to do this, or no information has been gained since the fraction of a second later. Do your thing. That's not a big deal to me. If I'm playing against something that it looks like it's their first time at a tournament, I'm, you know, super merciful with people. If I sit down across the table from like somebody I know, like a veteran, I'm like, you know, okay, me and you need to play a clean game because this is where we're at. But like I was at this store championship and you know, 8 players round 1, and I'm playing against this kid who like it's his first tournament ever, and he forgets a couple things, and I'm like I remind him as like, hey, take your action here, or do this, make sure this guy shoots and stuff like that. But then we get down to that moment where like he has a shadow caster and he bolts his shadow caster out forward with his arc pointing backwards and sets it there, forgets to do an action. I forget to remind him, and then I go and move my guy, and I move my guy like really fast to get him out of the way. And he's like off to the side of the Shadowcaster. And he all of a sudden goes, oh, I forgot to do my action. And he goes to move his mobile arc to point at me. And I'm like, no, look at me. No, you got your one. It was like, no, that is too much. Like you can't like gain that information and suddenly like just like try to act on it. That's not cool. And I think like you should realize on the other side of the table that as well. Like I've seen people say like, oh, I shot over here, forgot to do FCS, and we moved on to this for a second, and it was like, oh, let me take my my target lock over here, and people would be like, nope, we're past that. It's like, but there's nothing real in between that. Like, what's the big deal here? And like, I'm forgetful on stuff like that, so I'm a little more merciful on that aspect, especially when the duration is really short. So like, I also hope people are going to be merciful the other way, but I do get that, you know, once you get to like those super high levels, I mean, that like, like it's the gloves come off and you really hold people to things. And, you know, I understand the concept of, you know, people should be, you know, equal at no matter what level of play they're at, but nope. Like it's not. When the competition gets big, I get a little more strict. So, I mean, that's how it goes. But I mean, I feel like I do that in most places in my life. I'll be a little more merciful to people when the stakes aren't high. So that's my opinion, at least.
What about you, Mark?
Next.
Who, where, what?
Yeah, that's you.
That's me.
You.
Okay.
You can go next.
I can go next. I guess it kind of depends on the level of annoyance. And that the only store championship I've gone to this year, the first player I played against was a new guy, and he was reciting all the rules of every action that he was going to do. And at that point I said, okay. And when I would make my moves and do my actions without explaining them to him first, he would stop me and say, is that an action that you're doing here? And I'm going, well, this, you know, I would explain it. But by the end of the game, I look down and there's like 3 minutes left and he's ahead of me by 2 points. And I'm trying to chase him down. And he wants to take 5 minutes to explain actions. And I finally said, no, we're putting dials down, we're moving, we're shooting each other, and then we're doing it again. Don't talk about it now. Let's just get this game over and we can talk about it at the end. He goes, oh, okay. And I managed to get my one win of the day by beating him on the last second shot, literally in the last 15 seconds. But then I'm old and I forget stuff. And nobody reminds me, Chico. And we do.
Look, it's not my job, and it was like the last round.
Yes,
I know.
Yes, it is. It is your job. Anyway, you know, and if I can't remember the rules, I've been playing this game for 6 years. Come on, Mark.
Has it been out for 6 years?
What's going on? 6 years. Came out in 2012.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We've been playing this game for way too long.
Too damn long. But I will help out guys that are struggling, but I know I'm not going to get the same, come on, we're OCX. Nobody's going to give us a break. And that's the being a victim of the semi-internet famous. Yeah, we want to sit down and have a beer with you. We also want to kick your ass.
Semi-internet famous? You have T-shirts. You have your face on T-shirts, man. You are not semi anymore.
Apparently, I'm on a cash register.
Oh, yeah, you are on a cash register as well.
So,
you're almost as famous as me, Mark. Come on, let's just say that. Nobody's going to reach Chico level famous, so.
So I think
he was on Gold Squadron podcast last night.
Yeah, and I have goldies.
Oh, fuck you! I'm gonna lord that fucking goldies next year over your head. Well, fuck, you're even a part of that one, so it's considered. I'm never gonna beat you.
Yep. Just look and be jealous. They're wonderful. They're magically delicious.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
All right, Chicago.
I think Chico described me pretty well, too. I kind of have a similar mindset. It definitely depends on the level of competition or the level of play, who I'm playing against, and where you're at in the tournament. If you make a cut and it's you've already played 6 or 7 rounds that day, and somebody forgets something, I'm most likely not going to remind them.
I'm gonna go with no. You're not gonna remind. Well, no, I can't say that either.
Things that, and I don't know about remind them, but Chico described it well. If nothing's happened, like FCFs, for instance, if somebody forgets to do that and we move on and the next ships activate and you're rolling for that, and then before you put dials down or as you're putting dials down, someone's like, oh shit, I forgot to take FCS. I'm like, okay, that would have happened. It's not like the case where you moved all your ships, somebody forgot to take actions, and then you're ready to roll dice and he rolls 3 focuses. And like, oh, I meant to take a focus with that guy. Like, no, yeah, you can't do that. No, there's no focus on the board.
Well, you don't even remember half the rules from one point.
Yes, but that's kind of where I'm at. It's in the middle of. It's really situational of whether or not how forgiving I'll be. But for the most part, if it's something that would have triggered and they forgot it, and the game state hasn't changed and there's no new information, and it's not they're making that decision because something was all of a sudden revealed to them, like, oh, hey, all of a sudden you're in my arc, so oh no, I was going to take a target lock with that guy, but I didn't, and well, that's too bad. But if it's I'd say for the most part, I'm pretty forgiving, but as it gets later in tournaments and as it gets higher in level of competition, and like I wouldn't let Kyle get away with shit if he forgets something. Fuck him, But
no, you wouldn't.
And he would do the same thing to me. So that's the level of play we expect from each other. So I think it's very situational, and I can go anywhere from being the nicest guy to the biggest asshole. Just depends on what's going on.
Yeah. And I think that brings us around the horn. That was interesting. I'm trying something new, so if something freaks out, don't worry about it. But I know. Me trying something new. But I do want to transition over to we got some news today, which I kind of alluded to already. And is the Scramble the Fighters organized play, which is fitting tonight. I want to say this is a little nod towards who we have coming forward to us tonight. But FFG gave us some news on what the launch party is going to be, baby. Launch Party 2.0. Mark, this is where you come in at. It's there. I'm waiting. I'll keep fist pumping. There we go. I love it. So, what we have is FFG has previewed to you regular folk what us special folk already knew that was coming. And so what it contains is if your store was convenient enough and got strong-armed enough to order the prerequisite numbers of everything that FFG wanted you to pre-order, you were allowed to get a FFG second edition pre-launch 2.0 launch party kit. And what that is, I'm just realizing that I don't need this on here. But what it is it is a tournament kit. Each store, if they order enough, will get 3 conversion kits and a store and a core set, along with some fucking pretty amazing alt art cards.
I'll agree with half of that.
Oh, come on. They're beautiful.
The Academy Pilot and the Obsidian are the exact same art we've seen since 2012.
I know, but they're full. So, what I want to do here is just quick give you guys a glimpse of what, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm pretty sure you all have. But
so essentially, it's just going to be a deck of cards for you guys, right?
That's
all that's there.
Yeah, they're basically giving each store. You know what? I'm not even gonna. If you guys want to go, it's pretty easy. Just go to the FFG site. I'm not gonna go through the whole rigmarole because I don't have the time to do it. But if you want to go to FFG site, the front page, it is called the Scramble the Fighters, and they have 4 alt-art cards. There's the Blue Squadron Escort,
which I think looks really good.
Yeah, the Blue Squadron Escort looks fantastic.
What are you doing, Brett?
What's that?
I'm pretty sure that was Mark and his sound effects.
No, it wasn't.
No, then someone has a rogue raptor in their basement, and they need to.
What are you doing on your phone, Chicago?
They need to take care of that shit right now.
I was texting Kyle. Well, Kyle texted me. I was just seeing how he was doing.
All right.
So anyway, we have a Blue Squadron Escort, we have an Academy Pilot, Luke Skywalker, and an Obsidian Squadron Pilot. Now, the reason I think, and I'm going to tell you right now, as a store owner, maybe not all store owners were strong-armed to this. They're going to order all of this shit anyway. What really kind of pinned me in a corner was I had to order dial covers and dice packs in order to get
dice packs.
Yeah. So
you mean you can get dice?
Yeah, you can get dice outside of the core set. Mama! Now, I understand where the dice packs are beneficial. I sold a ton of dice packs to new players because you buy the core set and you only get 3 and 3. And you're like, well, I have a fucking... In 2.0, I have a proton torpedo that throws 4. So what do? You buy a dice pack. Did I die a dice pack? Is that what it said?
Yep, you did that.
It sounded like
buy a dice pack. So I understand where they're going with it. What I don't understand is that you have to order so many. I had to order 12.
Oh, wow.
12 dice packs. And I had to order 6 of every dial cover, which, if you ask me, I think the new 2.0 cover or dials alone are fucking fantastic. I thought,
what's the difference?
Well, you have how many dial covers do you own, and how hard is it to take? Okay, well, I got to take this little black plastic thing out, put this one in, save this for the next time. It's just a hassle. The dial covers to me are a hassle. Now, I know a lot of people like to paint them and they like to make them for their squad that they're going to go to the... I get that. But for fuck's sake, why do I as a store have to purchase so many of them in order to get this launch kit? You want to sell your product. Why do I have to buy this crap in order to sell your product?
Yeah, I understand maybe saying like the core set and the conversion kits having some limit on that because you only want, stores that are a little more committed to get it.
I got no problem with that. No problem with that.
The accessory things, I agree. That's a little...
It's the accessory thing that's really pissing me off. I bit the bullet and I did it. I'm going to order it because I think those alternate art cards are worth it. I think... Especially with the TIE Swarm, it's coming back. I think the Luke Skywalker alt art looks great.
And for you, the ability to have a launch event, you'll get people there. You'll sell some beer.
Yes,
you'll have an event out of it. You'll make some other sales. That's cool. But I don't like the strong arm tactics. I'm not a fan of that. That's not cool.
It's the accessories that I don't understand. Now, I do understand that not every business owner, not every store owner got to go to Gen Con like I did. I already have 2.0 in my store. Basically, all of our tournaments are 2.0 anyway from now on. Me gaining another 3 conversion kits plus another store kit is helpful for me in the way of helping other players out. I was like, hey, I want to fly 5 A-wings, but my conversion kit only has this. I'm like, you know what, man? Fly your 5 A-wings. I hope you bought all your 5 A-wings for me, but here you go. Here's 2 extra dials. Here's 2 extra cards. You know, the store's got you covered. And it's not a huge thing. It's not a big. I mean, the dial covers and the dice packs, they are peanuts according to what I'm ordering already. It's just the fact that I have to order them is what's really chapping my ass. But it's not that big of a deal. But I do want everyone to go to their store August 30th, because if your store is wise enough and got this launch, it's going to be a great time. They have a bunch of different stuff for you to do to win. The alt arts alone are going to be fantastic, guys. The artwork on these is great. So
I'm a little jealous. I won't be getting that Luke.
I'll save you one.
Oh,
so show up to your store. I tell you what, guys, as a store owner, I cannot tell you how big and how awesome it is when people show up to their store for these events. They make their living off of these events. I'm not lying to you. You think it's like, I got Magic and Pokemon and blah, blah, blah. No, that like extra launch kit that you go to and you pay your $5 or whatever, even if it's for free and you buy some stuff from the store, that's money going to the owner. That's money that's paying for his or her gas for the week, or that's just extra tip on their overall money wise. So if you can make it out to your store on August 30th for their launch day kit, do that, please. From store owners across the world, do that. But what we also got, I mean, I'm gonna transition away from that. We also got an article from I would like to say a good friend of the OCX Radio podcast, from Zach Munn, and it was the wonderful Pillars of X-Wing.
Ugh.
And I know, yeah, we're all going, oh my goodness, the Pillars of X-Wing.
They were really desperate for an article, weren't they?
I feel like we don't even know what the fuck is coming down the road for 2.0 X-Wing. So I appreciate Zach writing the article. I really do. And it was a very good article. I read it twice. And I was like, I want to know. I want in the know. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I was going, 2.0 is not even fully released yet. Right? Anyone want to agree with me on that one?
No. Right. Well, I don't have mine yet.
No, and that until I don't consider 2.0 release until the app is out.
True story.
True
Right?
that. True that.
You can't play without the app. So
it did nail. I thought it did nail a lot of the aspects of what 2.0 is going to be. The swarms are back. Bumping is back. Aces are good if you can keep them alive. What I particularly want to talk about for the next like 2 minutes, literally only 2 minutes, was his bomb section. I thought that was fantastic. It's
so
like,
can we just call out the error in it first?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Let's call out the error.
Did you see it?
I didn't. No, I didn't see it.
So they have 2 pictures there of a Y-wing bombing an entire TIE swarm. Which, if you're a TIE Swarm player and you don't see that coming, you're an idiot. But
you lose automatically. Anyway.
But anyways, in the picture they show a Y-wing dropping the bomb, flying away, the bomb going off, and damaging all the TIEs. Now, there's 2 things wrong with this.
Oh,
first of all, when you drop your bomb, it's in the system phase before anybody moves. So you would drop those bombs, and then the TIEs would move, and then you would move out of the way, and then the bomb goes off. So They're showing it as, oh, these ties moved over here. Now I know where they're gonna be. Bomb run.
Yeah.
Which is first edition, which is not how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot harder to do that. And then the second part is that he drops a seismic charge, which does not damage everybody in range 1. We all need to get out of exactly. It blows up an asteroid, and then everything in range 1 of the asteroid gets hurt. So if you're a full tie swarm in formation, flying directly at a Y-wing with a seismic charge near an asteroid, you suck.
Ding,
so
shame.
Yeah. Holy crap. So
Mark, don't do that.
I don't fly tie swarms.
Yes, I did actually notice that.
He'll be the bombing Y-wings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did not imagine you flying the TIE swarm.
Got Mark
and when that day happens, I might keel over that.
I just concede. I would just concede because I don't know what's about to come.
Mark Tippett across the board with eight TIE fighters. I'm done. I'm out. I'll like my poker chip, please, and I'll go. Oh shit!
Thank you for allowing me not to have my 4th heart attack.
Yes. So yeah,
but the bomb section you were going to mention.
I just thought the way he clarified bombs was interesting because nobody knows where bombs is going to be right now. It is a wild up in the air. Our bombs are going to be really good. Our bombs not going to be very good. It's one of those where I'm assuming bombs.
What was that?
Did I just get shamed? Did I just get fucking shamed by Mark?
Either that or you just got pinged by a submarine.
Ooh, that one's much better.
Jesus Christ. Is this what we're going to fill out the next 15 minutes? Just Mark going through his
Hey, you don't let me have
Mark.
You don't let me have my get off my playmat. You have to deal with
right
me playing
now
with my phone.
Right now.
No,
get off my playmat. It's happening right now.
No, you are in the midst of something. I
was literally just trying to fill time. I didn't want to make fun of Zach Bond that much, but right now, that's all I was doing. So stop it with your fucking phone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Get Off My Playmat with Uncle Mark.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all shippers at sea. New update. X-Wing 2.0, awesome. 2.0, Luke Skywalker, awesome. Darth Vader, really awesome. Fenn Rau, pretty good. Jeff Lynne's Electric Light Orchestra, also known as ELO, awesome. Side note, Harold Lawson, Nick Mock, Matt Evans, Ryan Ledford, you guys have been up too long. Go to bed now. And that is the end of Get Off My Playmat. Have a nice evening, guys.
The fuck was that?
Get off my playmat in Morse code.
Oh shit! Fuck, Mark.
I've been working on that all day.
Oh wow! That was.
I need another drink.
Back with that. That was fantastic. All right. So, whew. I thought you were gonna burn a lot more time than that. I don't know where to go.
Hey,
yeah. You broke me. You literally broke me. I don't know what to do now. Oh, okay. Nope. Nope. I know what to do for the next.
Coach has gone cuckoo
for the next 15 minutes. The next 15 minutes. Just to jazz everybody up, we're gonna have what's wrong with everyone else's podcast.
Jesus. What? I am not prepared.
They obviously don't have air horns and Morse code taps.
I'll start. So Minox, wow. I know you had Zach Bard on, but geez, did you literally have to record it as if you were in an Iowa barnyard in the middle of the cornfield? Because, man, did that ambient sound really drive me fucking crazy.
Oh, that was like as soon as Zach Bart got off of it, though, it all went away.
No, I'm not blaming Zach because
no, it definitely was
Zach. It is definitely my next problem.
No, sure. Because we've never had a shitty guest.
You know, of all of our guests, we really haven't had that bad of audio.
Oh, yeah, you say that now.
Yet. Well,
how long till Wade comes
commercial?
What got me is like they like you could tell they are just super out of things to talk about, and they went way off the rails on that episode. And then their entire Facebook just blew up with just nuttiness. Just there was a massive thread about people bitching about The Last Jedi, and I'm like, what month is this? It's like, I thought we were beyond this.
That's why I'm glad the OCX Aces Worldwide Community Facebook page only has about 260-ish members, which we're definitely looking forward to that 300 mark. But man, if we ever hit the 2,000 mark, we might shut that shit down because I do not want our. Well, do I? You know what? I think we might take it. Oh shit. Okay.
Just hard reset to commercial. Boom.
Hard reset to commercial. Well, we had such a good topic going on. Okay, hard set to commercial. Take it away, commercial. Thank you. Ready?
Hi, Wade.
We're in commercial break. Hi, Wade. You know, you kind of ruined a really good segment we were going to go into.
Oh, we were just going off the rails. We had nothing.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound great.
That was easier than I thought.
You
did you guys really want to start talking about?
Just going off the rails. We had nothing.
Oh, man, you definitely have to turn the YouTube site on silent.
Did you guys really want to start talking about?
Wade?
We don't need another mark on this episode.
I'm going to go grab a beer while he figures that out.
Wade. Now everybody leaves. Oh no, Wade, where'd you go? It's a really good picture, though. What are you doing in this picture? Present to everyone. You're taking a picture of yourself with a very professional-looking camera. Okay, I got you. Wade. I guess everyone's gonna get another beer. I don't know. I'm not. See, this is the fucking trials and tribulations of being a host of the show. I literally have to stay on this thing until he comes back and tells me that he's ready to go. Other than that, I'm stuck here talking to you folks, which I know you love and everything. But this fucking fly is going to meet its end by the end of the night. I can guarantee you. There's only one. It's only one fly. I don't get it.
I got $1 that says you don't get them.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that
I'm
bet.
not betting against that.
You know, I was trying to be polite and not be sound observant, but whatever. Shit, I was gonna try to like plug the Patreon with the new card before Wade got on, but he I didn't realize he was gonna be like prompt. Like when he said 10:30, he literally meant 10:30.
Yeah, it's 10:29.
It said fucking early. What the hell? God damn it, Wade.
You had to go and waste time with your other topic.
Technically, he's not there. Well, I guess we can go like radio commercial. Like, what else? Is Crates ever gonna come back? Are they ever gonna come back to like what they? I mean, come back to what they were is a long stretch, but
yeah, to go back to the guys who actually talk about like strategy and what's damn good at tournaments, I'm not seeing that. They're so far gone. Travis seems to be completely preoccupied with having a baby now, and
you know what we should do? We should do a moratorium or a what's the word? Moratorium? Is that the right word?
Obituary.
Memorial
for like all of the gone podcasts, like Hornet Squadron, gone.
Are they?
Nova, that's gone, but
Nova, they're gone. Who else is gone?
Aaron Utley's thing is gone. What was he calling that? It was more of a video cast where he had him, Ira, and Paul Heaver were on that. I forget what he was calling it.
Crates on a break. If this is Crates on a break, I'd hate to see them on their freaking like regular job.
Yeah, they've gone weird. Like even their Facebook group, like Simeon Delapina has just taken a hold of it and gone insane with it.
They're on full-fledged fucking Titanic mode. Like they've hit the iceberg, but it's like now they're the string band just playing while the women and children get on the boats, and everyone's like finally realizing they're all gonna die.
this analogy got dark.
But it's so true. I'm gonna try to Photoshop Chris, Zach, Tyler, and Nami's face on that frickin' string quartet crew. That would be funny. I don't know what happened to Wade. It says he's still here. All I told him was to like mute YouTube. Apparently, he meant he's got to go get a big ass bowl of Captain Crunch.
That'd be tasty right now.
Damn it, Chico! I was trying my damnedest not to fucking laugh every single time.
I've still got two more.
Apparently, I got Dion on the other night's episode where a couple nights episode where one guy's like, "How do we know that Dion is not Coach and Coach is not Dion?" Dion messages like, "I almost belly laughed my ass through that thing."
Oh, Wade finally dropped.
Oh, he dropped. All right. Well, at least he's doing something.
And now he's late.
There you go.
So much for being prompt.
OCX fashion. All right. I got to go outside. And by the way, what's up with that back to dials guys, right?
What about him? Oh, you're just trying to give us something to talk about. You're obnoxious. I don't really have much to say about them. They put on a damn good podcast,
and it's a great place to send feedback.
And their commercials are probably the best out there. Like they got some damn good commercials. Yeah, lack of focus. Have you listened to that one at all? I listened to like one, and it's hard to listen to and not be on it because those are the guys that I used to podcast with. so it feels weird. But evidently, no one else has an opinion.
No,
Do you listen to any other podcasts?
like 2.
I listen to
and it's irregular. So like I'll listen to Gold Squadron or Minoc or who's the other one I sometimes listen to? It'll come to me, but it's not regular.
Huh.
I listen. Oh, those guys. Ooh, OCX. Yeah, I listen to that.
Oh yeah, sure. The other one that I've just recently started listening to is Cloud City Radio. They're out of England, and they're pretty good. They're a good group of guys.
England, huh?
Yeah. Hi, Wade. Is it working yet? We're hearing clicking, like you're typing or something. Oh,
No.
okay.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yay.
I don't have audio, or I can't get a visual. I hope that's
Okay. We've got a nice little picture of you.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just very still.
Yeah, you are amazingly still.
That's impressive.
Practicing ventriloquism.
That's also a video shot with your SLR camera there.
Yeah. That's an old photo, but it checks out.
Well, I don't think you've changed all that much, have you?
I changed clothes.
Oh, there you go. I had that happen once. I was renting a video from a video rental place for all you kids out there. That's an old thing what Blockbuster used to be. And they looked at my ID and said that it wasn't me. And I was like, I don't know how to defend this. I've never had somebody accuse me of not being me. So like I look at the ID and I'm wearing the exact same clothes. and I'm like, look at this. Like you can't come on.
Well,
So.
and the worst part about it is, what were you renting at this video store that you needed to be ID'd, Chico?
No, it was one of those like where you had an account and you had to.
Oh, sure.
I was in high school. I wasn't like, good God, I'm not justifying that.
Or I had to tell everyone that Wade is live.
Huh?
He is alive.
I know that most people don't listen to us for us. They're all here for the Wade.
I'm here for Wade.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here for. Fuck you. I had to go through a lot of goddamn red tape to get Wade on tonight.
One email.
Okay, shh. You're supposed to be quiet on this part. You're supposed to make it look like I had to go through like blood, sweat, and tears to get you.
Well, that in all defense, that is the most effort he's ever put into a guest before.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I believe
spelling is hard.
That information on how hard it was to get Wade on here is covered by your NDA. You're not supposed to tell people how easy it was. And coach just runs away. Are we going to start this thing back up?
I don't know.
Huh. So Wade, I assume you have all the questions, have compiled perfect answers for them, and this is going to go nice and smooth, right?
Oh yeah. Actually, that was something we took care of.
So we asked him the highlighted ones, right? That's the
we're asking him the highlighted ones. Yeah. No, we're not.
So are these your answers or ones that got spoon fed by your boss?
I don't have any answers. He's allowed to answer them however he wants. It's just the 3 questions that I had, he is not allowed to answer. So I can ask them and he can say pass. But I'm not going to do that to him because we're still on a commercial break. So we're going to come out of here soon from commercial break.
Just waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Pass this. Okay, there we go. Wade, I don't think you have any like Audacity or anything running, do you?
I do not.
You good? Okay. So we're gonna basically just strip this from YouTube. So I'm not gonna worry about snapping or anything.
I'm canceling mine then.
Yep, I'm gonna cancel mine as well.
What? I'm gonna send Montana mine.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. He'll love you so much. As per the chat, I will tell you those questions later. How about that?
Yeah, see what happens.
So yeah. Wade, do you have the chat open?
No, but I
Because
can.
you really don't need to.
I'm sorry.
If you want to have the chat open, the live chat open, you go to the YouTube page where this is being broadcast at. You go to the little 3 dots up in the corner and do the pop-out chat, and then you can close the YouTube if you want. The pop-out chat will stay. But that is up to you. You do not need to have the live chat open.
I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you want it, we'll
a
wait.
wretched hive of scum and villainy.
We'll wait for you to have it open, and we'll start this whole show when you got it open if you want it. Because we need your full attention.
I like the live chat. It's the taste you can see.
Yes, the full Jesus Christ. Fuck you, Ryan Farmer. Oh my God. You've ruined him forever. Big Bull of 1.0s is the only way to go, ladies and gentlemen. 1.0s.
But I like this game. It's kid tested, mother approved.
All right.
All right, wait, we're gonna start with or without you. So,
All right. No more clips.
With or without
coming back
you.
from radio in 3.
With or without you. Good.
Coming back from radio, Montana. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to the OCX Radio Podcast. We have a special guest for you all tonight. Oh, my God. I can't hold back my excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, OCX Radio, exclusive, first time on the show, Mr. Wade Piche.
Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, kudos, because I don't think anyone's ever gotten my last name right on the first try. So
What?
Yep.
So you're saying I got it right?
You got it right.
Okay.
It is Wade Piche.
a big gold star on my name, Ryan Farmer. Booyah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have I've extended the invitation to Wade to come onto the show out of sheer just throwing a dart into the black abyss. And sure enough, he's like, sure. But I need everything in writing 3 times, highlighted, notarized, and sent to freaking prasmodee.com, blah, blah, blah. So we did all that, and we would like to present to you Mr. Wade Piche. First of all, Wade, now I know this is it's going to be weird because it's like, oh, I sent all these questions out, and it's like, I literally have to ask these questions. But I just want to ask, first of all, how did your tournament to go tonight?
It went well. We had 17 players.
Oh, so you got the fire spray out.
Yep. Well, we are giving those away upon release. So.
Ah.
Yeah. There's always.
So they just have to sit there and wait for their tournament winnings.
Yep.
Suckers.
Oh wait, so you just gave them a little card says you get
a coupon.
Gen Con?
Nope, not even that. Just
you gave them the actual miniature.
No, I just wrote their name down.
Oh.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
Here's an IOU. Hey, it's better than nothing. First of all, I want to just for anyone new listening who doesn't know who you are, and if you don't know who Wade is,
shame.
First of all, shame, ding. Second of all, if you ever see someone behind the counter at FFG Center or at any major, and I'm talking major event, that looks like he's running the entire show, that's Wade. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't run the show, but I'm definitely
you're there.
Definitely there, most likely.
So I'm gonna go right off the bat. Wade, what is your position in organized play?
So I am the organized play design coordinator. Essentially, what that means is that I focus on doing all the design for the kits from start to finish. Not just for X-Wing, but for all of our competitive games at FFG. Which
there's other competitive games?
Yeah. Yep. There's X-Wing, Armada, Destiny, Legion, Imperial Assault, and then some other non-Star Wars games.
So X-Wing. Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. X-Wing has been definitely my favorite game. Probably the reason why I found out about FFG in the first place 6 years ago. Or how I got my start at FFG anyways. So
now when you say you're what was it, director of organized play, and you come up with all the that
design coordinator?
Design coordinator. Thank you. So what does that entail exactly? Do you besides being involved in tournaments and seeing you around there, do you approve all of the prizes and alt art stuff and that kind of stuff too?
Yeah, I'm responsible directly for all of those. So,
and for all the games.
And for all the games. So if there's ever anything you like or don't like, it's probably my fault. So
your job is because we always just associate you with X-Wing, but you're literally everything.
Yep.
Jesus.
You need to pay less attention to that other stuff and put more attention on X-Wing, maybe.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, sorry.
I feel. Hey, you know what? I have the approved questions.
I've actually been really impressed with X-Wing lately. Especially with the 2.0 release, we've gotten hit just so incredibly hard with just massive amounts of swag in every direction.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Really impressive.
So I'm going to preface that by saying kudos, man. Nice job.
Thank you. Something I'm excited about, obviously, with 2.0 is it's kind of like a fresh start, right? So we were able to kind of learn from first edition a lot with OP and kind of move forward from there. So,
and I'd imagine it's grown into something that maybe wasn't even imagined when you first came on with 1.0 and where we're at today. So being able to start over with the expectations of what organized play and X-Wing is today has to be refreshing. You're able to say, okay, now I can address, I can do what I want to do now.
Yeah, totally. And I wasn't part of the team when X-Wing first started for organized play. Not that they didn't do a good job at all or anything, but my experience with X-Wing definitely has helped kind of shape what we're doing a lot with second edition. So
you were back in the kitchen then, right? Way at the start.
First came out? No, that was back. I don't think anyone probably
6 years ago.
The original game store for FFG was the event center, which was a block away from the current location. And
I remember that.
Yeah. That's where I started playing a lot. I was competitive back then. And then, from there, I got my job in the kitchen as one of the head chefs. So the first few Worlds, if you ate a burger at Worlds, it was probably cooked by me.
Nice.
So you're literally like the kitchen guy to the head guy.
started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Kind of story right there.
But I'm definitely not the head of organized play. I don't know where that one came from, but
I put that in there.
oh, okay.
You're just the one we care about, Wade. We like you the best.
But it's definitely a start. Get your foot in the door.
Yeah,
was kind of the plan there, and now I'm doing something I really love, which is helping build communities and designing some cool stuff. So,
and you're doing a great job. First of all, Pinto would like to know who won tonight.
Paul Nelson won tonight.
Paul Nelson.
I don't remember what he was using.
OCX Radio shout out to Paul Nelson for winning the FFG Center tournament, whatever, blah blah blah.
It was the weekly tournament, yeah.
God damn it, Pinto. We only have so much time with him. So
and on to the next question.
On to the next question. So you covered how long you've been working at FFG games.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Wade, what to really get down into it? What is your favorite faction of the 3 upcoming factions in 2.0?
So first edition was mostly a
no. Nobody gives a shit about 1.0.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I am excited to put a Punisher on the table, I think, at this point. So I'm
Mark,
Nice.
give me the blah blah blah. Yeah,
Don't sigh at me.
Show, Mark. That's your job.
Other than that, I do like all the new ships or pilots for the TIE Fighter, which has always been a favorite. Between Ed and Versio and the rest of Inferno Squadron, I plan on playing them a lot. So
that I was really excited to see those group of characters come into 2.0. That was very cool.
Yeah, I definitely like the subtitles, which was something that they kind of added, which just a flavorful add-on to the game.
It really does add a lot to the cards. I mean, at first we were like, oh, why are these stupid things here? But it's very. I like it. I like the flavor text of the titles of the cards. So
some of them are a little goofy, but like the ones that associate the whole squadron, I really like those.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming Empire is your favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Empire for now. We'll see if some other factions get some, different toys I kind of want to try.
So we're gonna reach back. I'm gonna reach back in the memories. Take back all 5.5 years of X-Wing. What was your favorite alt art card in 1.0?
Art wise or just card wise?
I'm gonna go with art wise.
Art wise, dang it.
Okay, no, we'll go with the other one.
No, it's
just card wise.
Art wise, I would probably say Howl Runner. The art for that was done, I believe, by Audrey Holt, and I might be mispronouncing her name. But something we did kind of late in first edition, but definitely a really cool kind of a characterful presence of Howl Runner. So
because I know the Howl Runner, like everyone was screaming for the Howl Runner alt art, and then it finally came in, and it was like, yay! But I mean, it was kind of at that point where like the swarms were out.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean,
Alice Parker was still excited for it.
No, everyone was still excited.
I was also very, very anxious to get it done at some point. And I think, waiting long enough for it to happen, not the best, but we did finally get it out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had been asked enough times.
Yeah, that was, I think, probably one of the most asked for promos that we've done. So,
and going along the alt arts, what, I don't know, have you explained this or not, but what is the process of picking an art for an alt art card, or picking the card that will be the alt art card for a possible, tournament kit or whatever? Is there an extensive alt art like process for that, or is it just like someone's like, hey, let's just do this?
Whatever Wade wants.
there are a few things. Cards can serve multiple purposes, I feel. Organized play is a form of marketing after all, so making sure that we choose cards that might be marketed well is important to us, but also we try to choose cards that are relevant in the meta. And we often like to also choose cards, if we do an alt art or an alternate art, choosing a card that people can recognize, like there's a likeness for. It's very easy to come up with, knowing what Luke Skywalker will look like, because obviously it's Luke Skywalker. But, some characters don't really have a face, and it's kind of hard for us to put a face to that sometimes for whatever reasons,
Okay, when you're picking a card, is it like we got to do a pilot card, or we got to do an upgrade card? Is it just kind of like this one looks good, this one looks bad, kind of that way, or is it we're gonna do a pilot card for this tournament?
Usually we have a plan. Like we're like, all right, we're gonna do an upgrade here, a generic here, a named pilot here. Sometimes things happen and we can't do it, and then stuff changes all the time. But I think we do our best to try to make sure that any card we do is something people want. Sometimes we're not always accurate, but
well, yeah, because you have to project out, far in the future. You got to get art, you got to create the cards, put together all these kits. That takes time, and the meta shifts faster than that.
Oh yes.
So, and to that note, how do you choose the actual artwork? Is it something that there's a bidding process where you say you have a couple different artists do it, or is it all in house, or how does that whole process work?
So when we decide if we want to get a new art piece or not for a card, we come up kind of similar to what they do on the design side. They come up with an art brief and send that to an artist, and the artist will, come up with an art piece of the card.
And so do you already have the specific artist commissioned, or is it you work through a certain group of people that you send it to them, or you kind of already know who you're going to send it to come up with the artwork then?
Sometimes, yeah. If there's a project that I know I want a certain artist for, the art department takes care of all the art. So I'll tell them.
Department.
They got a whole art department.
He's got a freaking art department. Yeah, that's fine.
We use the same as the designers. So anytime they need an art piece, they also go to the art department.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you guys put out a lot of cards. There's a lot of artwork. It makes sense that it would go through that same group of people.
Yeah.
Cool.
My next question is for you, Wade. Will we be seeing challenge coins making a return in 2.0?
Oh, I didn't write anything down. But
Gotcha.
Obviously, well, not obviously. Challenge coins, I think, were pretty popular. I got one back in 2012 for attending the first Worlds, which I always thought was really cool. And then we did them again in 2015, I want to say, and we did them a bunch. Maybe a little too much, but it's always possible that they could come back. I think we kind of want to wait and kind of see kind of where the interest in that would be. So
yeah,
if we can get one where the image is a shield, I think that would boost popularity.
No. And it just says D on it.
There you go.
No, I just as myself, I always loved the challenge coins. It was kind of a mini trophy for. I mean, it wasn't always you got first place, you got maybe fourth, but you had a coin there. And OCX has actually started milling our own coins for our own store championships, and people really seem to gravitate that. I put that question in there just because we've seen a reduction of that. I didn't know if if something took the place of it, which for me, I haven't noted. I mean, the spot gloss is probably the replacement for the challenge coin, if I'm correct in that.
I mean, I could kind of see where you're going with that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying that
there's also there's always been kind of that little bit of fanciness up at the top. I mean, it used to be like even like they did dice bags for a while. They did the custom boxes. They did medals and then coins. So it started getting like fancier and fancier as it went. And now we're getting to like the really fancy like spot gloss cards, which I think we've all gone a little nutty over. Like that's those are always like just extra nice. Even though it's like, it's a card, but it's just so much fancier. And I don't know what it is in us that it's that extra little thing that makes that crazy competitive piece in us.
I love that shiny.
Bonkers. Yep.
But I mean, has FFG OP thought about going back to the challenge coins, or I mean,
we did do them last year at North American and European Championships, or anyone who made up top 32. I don't think we'll ever do them to the scale we did in 2015.
No,
yeah, because they were in like every store kit.
Yeah. And that kind of, when you do a bunch of something, it loses its value a little bit, right? You got 6 or 7 challenge coins, it's like, okay, I get another challenge coin. But the first one was so cool to get. It was awesome.
And this is probably a question on the list, but does FFGOP have a sense of rarity on their prizes that they do?
Of what?
Well, I mean, when FFGOP organized play puts out a prize, I'm sure you guys know as well as the rest of us that online market is just ridiculous when it first hits the market. Do you guys pay attention to that at all, or
not out of, as far as like how much stuff sells for? Not really.
I mean, are you going like, oh man, these templates are going for this much? What
I do look for is it is, although a way to see kind of like how people value the items we give them, right?
Okay. That's where my question was going, is how do you value items?
Yeah, like I try to make sure that like if we choose something, it's something that players may desire and actually want to compete for. Obviously that's very important in a game like X-Wing, in which all the prizes are something that we try to make sure that people want to compete for.
It's not money based. It's a collector, or it's gloss cards, or it's even just a regular alternate that are going for like $200 on eBay. It's
sure.
I like the fact that it's not a money-based game, because once you introduce money into a game, kitty bar the door, it goes all crazy. But it's interesting to know that, like, a set of Boba Fett templates are going for $500 on eBay, and that people are actually paying that money to acquire them.
Yeah.
So
hey, I hate to interrupt you here, Coach, but you're lagging like crazy, man.
Huh?
You're lagging like crazy.
Oh, am I really?
Are you got anything else running that you can shut off or anything?
I've got nothing else.
Shit. All right, well, let's roll with it.
Wade, this is a grumpy old Mark that tormented you at Worlds about getting a bye in the last round. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to have you on tonight. It's 11 o'clock, so it's past my bedtime because I'm old, and I'm going to drop off, guys. But Wade, it's been great having you on.
Mark, I hope to see you again.
Definitely. And I'm out of here, guys. Have a great evening.
Bye, Mark. Good night, Mark. Yub nub, baby.
Yub nub.
Yub nub.
All right, so wait, I got a question for you, and it's going to segue a little bit into our next question. But I've seen over the years, organized play really stepping up the amount of swag that they're giving out at these tournaments. I mean, you'd show up a few years ago at even an event like Nationals or Gen Con. You'd show up and you might get you get nothing for participating, or maybe a card, and then a card if you make the top 32 cut or the next day cut. And then, but the last 2 years, I think it's been really stepping up. And do you see that trend continuing? Because I think the players really gravitates towards that and really loves seeing that amount of the just getting something for being there and having that exclusive thing that you can only get if you go to these events. Do you see that trend continuing? And then can you tell us a little bit about what in 2.0 and the new tournament scene will look like as far as the swag that you get?
For the first part of your question, I could answer. The second part, I can't go into details about the swag.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I could hopefully give you guys some ideas. So 2013, I attended a regional at FFG, and I made top 8. And the only thing I got was a patch and a card. Back then, it was the Chewbacca, the still card, right?
Yeah, the movie still.
The movie still, yep. I've always wanted to do like better than that, more appealing to players. Obviously, that wasn't something I worked on. But I think the game has changed to the point in which players not only maybe expect more, but sometimes deserve more. Right? It's a long game. You're playing for hours and hours on end. Some days on your feet. So yeah, totally. I do. I obviously have been working on making the swag or the amount of prizes we give out kind of more numerous, and feel like everyone's leaving home with something kind of hefty. And I hope to continue to do that in the future. I definitely think with 2.0, we are changing enough of kind of what we're doing for 2.0. Obviously you guys have all seen what we're doing for the shift. But I think the shift is going to be very welcomed in the long run, with kind of making sure that players feel like they're getting some worthwhile stuff. So
yeah, and I definitely see it going. It's been going in the right direction, and I'm just now correlating it been going in the right direction because now we got this guy named Wade on board, and it seems things seem to be going better, right? So that's awesome. This is sort of related, but the next question on our list here is can you just walk us through what the tournament scene will look like moving forward, as far as just wave kits, what the trials and cups are going to be like, and what we can expect in organized play moving forward over 2019 and 2020. Just a brief overview, if you could.
Yeah. So obviously, I'll start with the bottom, right? Or the basic level. Our seasonal kits, we will still have those. Those, come out 4 times a year. We try to hit certain months. I think season 3 is supposed to be September, and then season 4 is supposed to be December. And those will continue. Those will be coming back in 2.0 in a slightly bigger way. We actually just announced the Q3 prizes, but I think Q4 is kind of where we start doing the full shift to 2.0 fully. And I'm actually really excited for people to see what those are going to look like. Those are going to be some of my favorite kits, I think, to work on. Well, actually, all these are pretty fun.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure you guys are still there.
No, we're still here. Yeah, we're here.
and moving up to the Wave kits, which are still a in-store event. Stores could order. I believe they should be able to order multiple of these for their store. These will come out once per wave, usually sometime early upon the wave's release. So like the first wave, second wave, third. Yeah, you guys know waves. And those include kind of a myriad of event types. We kind of wanted to show players all the different ways they could be playing with X-Wing in these kits. So we do start off with a quick build event, which is a kind of a new format that doesn't require the app in X-Wing. Quick build being, the threat level. We did a tournament at Gen Con using the quick build format.
Yeah, and we got to see the alt art cards you had with that. You had the Y-Wing with the upgrades printed right on it. I thought those cards were really cool.
Yeah, and that's definitely something we kind of want to explore more with. I think we can have a lot of fun with those.
Oh, and I think the concept of that in 2.0 is awesome. Being able to kind of change the rules and change and explore all the different possibilities of what you can do with squad building and the types of tournaments you can run and have all those different things available, I think is an awesome feature. And that's I'm really excited about in 2.0.
Yeah, I am too. The quick builds kind of give us other ways we could have fun too, right? The quick builds that come, in the ships themselves typically don't always follow the same structure, or they might include more upgrades than they normally could. Obviously, because also you could change the upgrades kind of with the app.
Right, and that aspect of it is where I'm really excited for, because if I just look at quick builds is these are lists that I could create at a regular tournament, but now it's just really restrictive. As like a hyper competitive player, I look at it as this is going to be a newbie event. But with your ability to kind of constrict it into either thematic ways or certain chunks and then change or break rules throughout, that suddenly interests me.
Yeah, and that's something important to me, right? Is making sure that every type of player could feel comfortable coming to a store and experiencing the game in some way.
Right, and what I see that affecting it, like right now, you see with each wave, you see a meta shift, right, and kind of a couple lists that are guaranteed to make you competitive no matter what you do. And I see that I feel that your ability to kind of change the rules on the fly and offer different types of tournaments and offer different rules up and be able to shift things is gonna break that mentality of I have to run this list because this is the list that's good and I have to buy these ships because these are the ships that are good. But no, you're gonna be able to be competitive with lots of different stuff in lots of different areas without. I just think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And that's just the first thing in the wave kits, right?
Right.
There's still 3 more things in the wave kits that we're offering. Thematic events is also something we're going to be looking at. There is a whole tournament or a event structured around a thematic event. If you went to Gen Con, we did have the app available at our booth for people to look at. And I do believe that within the app at Gen Con, you were able to kind of take a look at some of our first our first thematic event, which is going to be the Battle of Yavin, which lets players kind of use the ships and recreate the Battle of Yavin for an event, which I think is going to be really fun. It's something.
Well, I think there's a huge subculture of the casual players that I mean I know the Shuttle Tiberium guys are huge on that of playing, and all the other alternative other than just competitive X-Wing, there's a whole nother group of people that buy all these ships and play this game that love all these different scenarios, and having official FFG support and being able to play those different thematic events, that's really cool.
Yeah. What's next? Oh, we have the Wave Championship, which kind of replaces the new store championship that you guys are all familiar with. Those will be structured pretty similarly for players who obviously have played in store champs. You'll see kind of the same kind of structure as far as prize layout. And then finally, we have what we're calling a wave leader, which is kind of a prize given to the player for a store who's achieved the most kind of thing, right? So stores could kind of track their tournament records for all the players and reward the top player after a certain amount of time with another little prize, which is something we haven't really done before.
That's cool. So, yeah. So these wave kits, you expect to like span the duration of like a wave existing?
Yeah, and like, you know, give players a couple different like tastes within the X-Wing.
So there'll be a wave release, and then there'll be the ships associated with it, and then there'll be a series of events highlighting different combinations and capabilities and of those ships that you can participate in on your and with varying rules and upgrades, right? Or with varying structure.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. Like obviously, the quick build will only just will give people the chance to play with just the quick build cards, but that's not restricted to the wave at all. The thematic event would be restricted to, you know, what ships we chose for that event, which could be anything.
Right. Well, either way,
no restriction.
Either way, it sounds like there's going to be a much more participation from organized play in our weekly X-Wing games, which is cool. So there'll be more structure to everything, which I think I appreciate.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited because obviously I run my own events at the game center, and there's definitely a point where in which people kind of get enough of whatever we have to offer for organized play. And I think not only the new seasonal kits, but the new wave kits will kind of help revitalize kind of the interest across many levels for players. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So that's the wave kits. And then that's going to obviously move into the hyperspace trials. And is it hyperspace
the big competitions?
Or how does the whole overall global tournament scene look like there?
1 second, I might actually lose my computer. So
oh,
hey,
well,
join the club.
Yeah, there it is.
Working on a backup solution.
You lose battery life or something?
Yeah, I should have grabbed a charger.
See, that's why I always do the no go for OCX radio. Battery power, internet access, which apparently is not on my favorite submission today, because wow, that sucked.
Looks better now. What'd you have to go and wax the router?
I have no idea. I have no clue. I just let the computer do what it was supposed to do, and it's like, we're fine. What are you talking about? I was like, the fuck? I couldn't hear or see anyone. So
yeah, you're out.
While we're waiting, I'm actually curious from you guys, what was some of your favorite first edition Altar cards?
Soontir fell. That was
a big one.
That was the first card I saw that I was like, holy shit, I have to get to this event and get one. And thankfully it was just a participation, or it was like top 8 or something. Either way, it was easily attainable if you went to a couple store championships.
So I'm gonna put something out there that I actually don't have because I wasn't able to make it to the events. But my favorite thing from 1.0, as far as alt art, was the Vader damage deck from the System Open series.
The what?
The
Okay.
Darth Vader damage deck.
Yeah, that was good.
That was awesome. I really wish I had one. I get jealous at any time I'm across the table from somebody who's got one of those.
Although I like the Boba Fett one more just because I'm a sucker for Boba Fett.
Yeah, I'm a Vader fan, as you can see.
Yeah,
There you go.
obviously.
Right.
I have to say that my favorite alt-art card from 1.0 was the Grand Inquisitor.
That was a good one. Yeah.
I never actually got to win it, but my good friend Evan Clausen did win 2 of them. And I met him up at Sparta, and he's like, "Oh, you're running the Inquisitor today, huh? You got the alt-art card?" I says, "No, you know I don't have the alt-art card." He goes, "Well, now you do." So he gave me one. And
that's awesome.
In true,
wait, should we have shamed Evan? Did we forget to shame Evan?
We did not shame. No, we do not shame Evan because Evan is a saint. And a
patron. But when's the last time he was at OCX? 2 years ago?
He's overseas. He's not allowed to come here.
Fine.
Like in Germany or something.
That's just a little bit of an excuse.
He's wrecking shit over on the bill of the US of A.
Sarah came from Minnesota. He can come from Germany.
From Germany? Yeah, okay, that's good. But no, he gave me his Inquisitor card, and I love that thing more than life itself. That's in one of my cherished possessions. So, it looks like Wade is gonna see if he can get back on. If he can,
I am still here. I'm just preemptively telling you.
I was like, my computer told me you were gonna try to be back on.
I think personally, I was always more of a fan of the movie stills. But then like some of those artworks like really started surprising me, and I was happy about those. So
I did give my Lando Calrissian movie still promo card from 2013 to Ryan Farmer on the condition that he would buy me every beer at Worlds.
And he bought you a beer.
That's worth it.
He bought me a beer so far.
Need to cash in more on that.
So yeah, he owes me quite a few.
I did think back in 2014, the Assault on Imdar Alpha kit. I thought those cards were cool because it had a big logo right on it, like you won this here. I thought that was cool.
And I believe they're coming back with some of those. Excuse me, sort of.
Yeah, they've got like the icons on them now, so you can you can see where you got them from.
I mean, it's not.
I like that edition.
It's not the specific like, oh, it's the Assault on Endor or it's the whatever on Yavin or something like that. But they do have, from what I've noticed on the pictures they've given on the websites, they have a little symbol up there that says this is special. Right, Wade? Nope, he's gone.
Evidently, he didn't like Assault on Imdar Alpha.
He's out. I told you to stick to the script.
Hey, we tried.
I lose internet connection for 2 minutes, and all of a sudden you guys are talking about strippers and Indianapolis and things that shall not be named.
Hey, while we don't have Wade here, do you want to talk about Gen Con next year? You want me to try to get that joint?
While we don't have Wade here, I can tell you the questions that were turned down from the Big Mouse.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So the questions that were turned down by the Big Mouse were: will countries other than the U.S., Canada, and Mexico and Europe have chances to receive trials and cups? And I had follow-up: what are the requirements for those countries to get FFG OP tournament support?
Yeah, bunch of legal bullshit OP doesn't have control of.
That was one I threw out there, and I was like, yeah, I know that one's not gonna get answered, but I threw it out there just in case. Hey, who knows? Number 2 was with X-Wing.
Yes, John Stevenson, Europe is a country now. Just like all the guys on Cloud City Radio said that the United States had 52 states. Count the stars. 50.
Wrecked. Second question was with X-Wing having its own worlds in October 2019, will there be opportunities for anyone to experience worlds even if they didn't qualify for the tournament? That was one of the questions that got turned down.
They're probably still working on it.
Yeah, and it's probably not from the organized. I don't know. Maybe it's not Wade's area of responsibility.
It probably had nothing to do with the organized play,
right? But that was something that I think a lot of people want to know, especially in the Minnesota 6-hour radius of there, that they can make the trip there and have a good time and participate, even if they didn't make it. But they could go. I know that even if there was only one OCX guy that made worlds, there'd be 4 or 5 guys traveling up there just to have a good time. If there is other tournaments and hangar bays and things that you can participate in.
I'm going to go with if there's one OCX guy making it, there's still going to be the bus ride. They can't keep us out of the parking lot.
I'm going. So, right?
Okay.
I don't care if I make it or not. I'm going to Worlds.
The third question that was denied was, what will be the tournament structure for the rest of the year? And how do players use their Store Championship regional buy cards? That question I kind of wanted answered.
Oh, because everybody just got these cards. Is hey, you can use this on your next regional, and it's there's also no more regionals.
What do you use them on? That's
straight to Worlds. Turns out all of you people got Worlds invites. Sorry, coach, you should have tried harder.
Fuck. You know what? That'll happen too, right? It'll be November. They're hey, just letting you guys know that there's no regionals. But if you have a Store Championship regional buy, you got a seat to Worlds. And I'm son of a fucking bitch.
I would be so excited.
Oh, this sucks. I really wanted to ask Wade 2 of these questions. But he is not getting back to me.
He's frantically running around trying to find a charger.
Well, I'll see if I can get back on, but might be out. Sad face.
Oh no.
At least he gave us a sad face. So this actually gives us an opportunity to pick up on our last segment, which is
are you going back into yelling at other podcasts?
Man, what in the fuck is wrong with other podcasts?
Coach, it's past midnight for me, so I gotta.
It's your bedtime. I understand that. So yub nubbing it up for Chris Chico Brown, I think.
Yub nub, boys. I'll give my shout out to my hockey team. I'm going to Canada this coming weekend, up to Toronto. So if anybody wants to come and watch us play, we'll be up in York for the Molson Cup tournament. Rumor has it they give you a case of Molson beer for every game, and we have a guaranteed 4 games, possibly 6, over the span of 3 days. It's going to be nuts.
Is there a stream that we can watch you on?
I doubt it.
Come on, get that
I'll
up
see
and going
now. But people don't usually stream hockey.
So
just random men's league games.
It doesn't matter. I'm so starving for hockey right now. I will watch anything. Anything right now.
You're going to get your ass kicked by people who play hockey.
Yeah, we definitely are. From what I heard, every equal league they say is oh, you're in this league, D1 or D2 or whatever, but it's not going to be equal.
I think we need to give a little squadron shout out to the squadron of your shirt's namesake.
Yeah, Salt Squadron up in Niagara, just south of Toronto. Come on up to York if you want to see some hockey.
Who's on the Salt Squadron radio podcast?
Do they actually have a podcast?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
They're just the Niagara guys, and they're hilarious. They were giving out the little
Shout
salt shaker
to
stress tokens.
Oh yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. So yeah, so shout out to Kyle Thompson. He's like, I don't know, their leader, or at least the loudest one they got. So he's a lot of fun. I like that guy.
Sometimes it helps just to be the loudest one. That's why everybody knows Coach.
Is anyone else getting anything on the chat? Because I'm not getting shit.
What chat?
Yeah. AJ just said she wants the shirt off Chico's back.
Oh.
I mean, sure. I mean, if AJ demands it.
Right.
AJ demands it. Oh my God, he's actually doing it.
What?
I'm watching this in time lapse.
God.
There he is. He's back. Oh shit, we got video.
Oh, Wade.
Oh, one second.
I believe in you.
Video.
It's my phone.
Okay. Wade, since you're on your phone, we're gonna keep this short. Chris is going goodbye. So say goodnight, Chris.
I gotta go to bed. I'm in Eastern time zone. You bastards! It's not as late for you.
I'm sorry.
So I'll see you next time, Wade.
Yeah, nice to see you, Chris.
Wade's ceiling light. I wanna, before we lose you again, I wanna actually get a couple of real questions out of the way. One of them is okay. This is probably a short question, but I want to know how big of a decision it was to make Worlds an invitational tournament.
It was a pretty big decision. Obviously, we had several talks about it. I can't say too much about it. But honestly, for some of it, for me, like I felt that Worlds being an exclusive event in which the people there have earned their way there was something that, obviously a lot of other competitive games do. And we kind of wanted to make sure that Worlds felt that way. I think another one of the questions was relating to people being able to attend Worlds still, even if they didn't make it or anything. And honestly, I can't say if they can or not. If you just showed up, I can't guarantee you could get in the door. That's
one of my no questions.
Honestly, we don't even get in the door.
If you're gonna answer it, I'm not gonna say no. But
there was one thing I wanted just to bring up is that I'm hoping that people see that this is a good point or a good way to start attending some of our other much larger conventions and events that we can offer for the community. Gen Con is obviously a very large event. I think most people usually leave there a lot happier than, traveling up to Minnesota in November. And for Europe, it's the same with the European Championship, right? Like just giving players more focus on some of our larger events, I think is.
And I personally think that's a good move. I think it raises the bar. It makes Worlds the elite event that it should be, and quite honestly, it almost already is, because anybody that's not within a 5 to 8 hour radius of Minneapolis to make the trip up there, they got to be really serious about X-Wing. So it was already kind of like that. So I think it just takes it to another level, and I really like that decision. Whether or not I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that or qualify for it yet, or how many OCX guys will, but either way, I think it's a good move, and I think either way, OCX is going to show up there in force.
We're going to be there anyway,
right?
What I did want to ask is, with the move from regionals to trials, are you expecting a lot more trials than there were regionals, or are you kind of expecting just a little bit more, kind of keeping the same number, maybe adding a few, or are you expecting to see like a bloom of trials?
For me, whatever I usually expect is usually the opposite. So I won't say what I kind of expect. I can say what I hope, and I do hope that more stores see this as an opportunity to kind of grow the community in their area. I'm excited because this means that I like how I just watch you both look in the bottom right corner of your screen because that's where the all right. Anyways, but I do hope that more stores see this as an opportunity to grow the community. I'm excited personally because this might mean that Minnesota, which has a large number of qualified stores, could potentially finally have their own kind of regional style event,
right?
In the form of a hyperspace trial.
Couple more questions. I might. Let's see. I got just two more.
Okay.
I got three, but let's just go with how is the 2.0 app going to benefit organized play?
I think a lot of people already figured out how it could. There's a lot of things we could do that we couldn't with first edition. Obviously, point balance and upgrade icon balance is something that we could actually start doing easily with people quickly finding ways to build their list around it. I'm actually really excited because it not only gives us a way to keep the game potentially balanced, but it also, two other things we want to utilize is people using the large extent of their collection in some way, right? Like trying ships that they may not normally try is something that we're trying to do with the app. And also keeping the game kind of fun in a thematic sense, right? So there's a large number of ways, and we're honestly probably just going to start scratching the surface with the launch.
Sure.
I think there's a lot more that we could potentially do with the app, and there's a lot I'm excited about. So,
I guess follow-up question. Now this is not on my list, and it's totally up to you. But with List Juggler going down, is FFG going to do anything like List Juggler, or I mean, you could totally say pass or whatever, but is there a back-end data
acquisition and accumulation,
back-end data storage where you guys know before we do where there's a meta break?
I can't go into those details, partially because of obvious reasons, but also because I personally don't know. But I do think that there's a lot of ways that we could potentially use the app that we haven't obviously been able to before, because obviously we didn't have a list builder like this before. So.
Right. My next big question, and to get off the hot seat, is what are your thoughts on the non-organized play tournaments that are like cropping up all over the place? Like the Minac Open, the Gold Squadron Classic, Crossroads Classic. What is FFG's thoughts about this? And are these good for FFG, or is FFG OP kind of like now we have some competition kind of thing?
I don't think we're worried about competition. I actually appreciate them because it shows that the communities love the game enough in which they want to continue progressing their local communities in a way. But no, I don't think any of us see it as a competition.
And my follow-up are you allowed to participate in these events?
If they didn't schedule them during certain events, I probably would if I could. I bring that up because Minox scheduled theirs during the November Worlds for L5R, Game of Thrones, and Rune Wars.
Oh, fucking mine. Jesus.
Which my brother might actually attend. I'm trying to convince him to go still, just to kind of confuse people. But
well, my also thought is, what are your thoughts on literally how popular the game has become? Because it's what, 6 years now?
Yep.
It's surpassed 40K. I don't think 40K even has a chance to get back to where X-Wing is. Did FFG see this coming, and how far, in your own opinion, I mean, I don't need any specifics, but and how far is X-Wing going to go in your mind?
I can't say what FFG saw, 6 years ago. When
right. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously.
But for me, when I first started playing, I had no idea that I would be even on the organized play team, let alone still playing the game and enjoying it today. I think it's a great, introduction, and also to miniature games, but also a great game tactically overall. It's the maneuver system, the flight path system that we use.
Yeah, that is groundbreaking.
Very unique, and very kind of a great way to kind of mimic the combat, aerial combat stuff that you would, not normally get out of any other
it is totally different from anything.
So is X-Wing then the biggest, most popular miniature game ever? Could we say that?
No, according to ICV2, yes, it is.
Really?
It has been beating 40K out for the last 2.5 years.
Oh, easily. Yeah, that's true.
As far as the future, I mean, I think we'll see a lot of growth with second edition. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about with second edition that, even players who didn't play first edition will be, I think, very excited about and look forward to, in the sense of, well, almost everything we're doing, I think, has gone up on the organized play team, right? Like there's so much more that we're offering that we didn't offer before. And yeah, I think players are going to get a big kick out of it. So,
well, Wade, I think you've answered all of my serious questions. Well, my number one question, though, we're going to round out the whole thing, was, what's your favorite beer?
Leinie Kugel's Summer Shandy.
Oh,
Fruit Loops in a bottle.
Fruit Loops in a bottle. However, so my girlfriend's from Wisconsin, and she's turned me over to Spotted Cow. So,
that's great. Hey, that is a fantastic beer.
That's a legit beer. She's doing well. So
I'll drink this in Spotted Cow. Hey, so real quick, and you obviously, I want to bring up a couple questions from the chat here. I don't know if you've had it going, Wade. And again, you're absolutely allowed to.
He's gonna pass on most of these.
But there's two in particular that I want to address. One of them, we have several listeners from overseas and from outside the country, and as far away as you can get, Australia and New Zealand, and they have some. They're wondering how organized play it might help them, or is going to support their markets also. And I don't know if you can answer to that at all. But so, what if you don't live in the States? What kind of organized play support is there going to be, or has there been anything released about that?
I can't answer that, unfortunately. I'm technically part of North American Asmodee, which mostly deals with North America.
Fair enough.
If they are looking, I won't name anyone in particular, but asking their distributor about how to get access to this is always a good way to go. If that doesn't work, I don't actually know, because that's not really something I deal with.
Fair enough. If you're related to North America, what are you going to do?
It's a jumbled mess once you get out of ASME North America. But
bottom line for me on that, though, is like, obviously I want people all around the world enjoying our game. I'm sure most people could find ways to enjoy it. So
I have a feeling that it's going to all work out. But
I agree, because I would say I think FFG's I'm not an FFG employee, but I think their vision is to be a worldwide leader in the miniature market.
Worldwide, their interest worldwide, I think is going to be fine. But what I do have, I did promise Patrick that I would ask you, in the situation of a store ordering or saying that they had a store championship kit and not technically ordering a store championship kit, but yet charging customers the money for a store championship kit and then not getting that store championship kit, what is the proper way to do with that other than emailing FFG OP? Emailing.
Like, I'm actually have been hearing about that a few times, obviously through some means, and I'll look into it tomorrow. It's not really my side of the things, but I'm curious to see what's going on there, because that's not great.
That's cool. We've had a very dedicated listener that said that their store said that they had a store championship kit and then pre-registered for that championship kit, and then said, "Oh, FFG didn't send us anything." And then he messaged me today, and I says, "Are they on the FFG list? Because FFG puts out a list of everyone they've issued a store championship kit to." And he says, "No, they're not." And I was like, "Whoa, then you got a problem."
Yeah, I guess that would be a good way to start if you're looking for stores that are going to be running an event. So,
let's see. God damn it, I have one more. Oh, nope, I asked that question. All right,
Wade, being part of organized play, do you get to still play? I know you get to still play, but do you get to still play competitively at all? And does that bother you at all on a personal level? Or are you just more excited to be part of the team, and when you get to play a little bit of games, you get to play some games?
I'm definitely a community builder, I would say. Like, I prefer, teaching people, showing people how to play, running the events and stuff like that, because it means a lot to me. I do not get to play competitively in the same sense as obviously everybody else. In fact, the highest level I can go to typically is Star Champs, or now the Wave Championship.
Yeah.
And it has, I have my benefits for working with the company, and I do enjoy it a lot. And I honestly probably wouldn't trade it for anything else.
That's cool.
I do miss playing, because like there's a lot of things. I traveled for a store championship kit a couple years back, just down to Mankato, right? So like an hour. But like that kind of camaraderie you kind of get, teaming up with a group of guys and going to a store you don't normally go to isn't something I get to experience that much anymore. I still get to see, I go to Gen Con and stuff and see people, but like talking to people about, round 5 that, what happened, that kind of whole shindig and stuff like that is something I miss. But
you mean round 5? Oh, I didn't make it to round 5 because we dropped it round 3 and started drinking.
Like somebody who just dead silent for the ride home, and everybody else is just sitting there talking about how much fun they had.
So 10 out of the show. I just want to, first of all, yes, I'm pretty sure Wade is invited to the OCX Open National Tournament for Organized Play. and you can take that acronym for whatever way you want to do it. But I want to personally tell my favorite Wade story at the end of the show. And I don't know if Wade remembers this or not, but holy shit, it was a long time ago. I had my birthday on a Friday, and I decided on the FFG forums that I was going to say, I get to go to Mecca. I get to go to the FFG forum or FFG game center, and I got to play X-Wing all day with my buddy. And little did I know that the entire FFG X-Wing like hierarchy saw that post, and I had everyone from Frank, Alex. I had like card designers that I cannot remember right now. I had everyone come down. We got there like noon, and it was Friday. It was like 3:00, and Alex came. He had to go to his mother's, and Frank came, and blah blah blah. And then Wade came down. He's like, I'm looking for this Aaron Kroll guy, and I'm like, oh, that's me. And he had I think it was the World's Clear, the clear dice. Was that World's 2013?
No, that was Regionals 2013.
It was Regionals.
No, 2014.
2014. There you go. You had the one green and the one red. And I says, well, I play Empire, so I need the green. He's like, I got these guys for you. And the funniest part was, he's like, I got nowhere else to be until my girlfriend gets off work in the kitchen. So he sat there and bullshit with us for like an hour. And it was the greatest. And at that moment, I went, holy shit, FFG has got their shit in line. Like, I mean, it wasn't a glaring, like, hey, they read the forums thing, but it was like, I made it known I was going to be there for my birthday. And I'm sure it hit one and just dinged down the line. But the reason I have stuck with this game, the reason I sit here every week, show notes, and every Wednesday night, and every freaking, I go through the red tape to get Wade on, and I do this, and we do the Patreon, this. It was all because FFG took the time out of their busy schedule to go, hey, this guy's here on this day. Why not just go say hi? And I had all the cards in the world. They signed them. They did it. I was fanboying, geeking out like you can't believe. But the fact that the company did that is what sold me to the hilt. I was done, sold. I'll be an X-Wing guy for the rest of my life. The day they did that, it was amazing.
So that actually brings up a question for me, Wade, is how much and we got to kind of wrap it up here, but I want to ask you, this will be my last question, is how, and if you're able to answer, how much do you guys pay attention to the forums, the Reddits and the FFG forum, and take at least note of the popular opinion on said forums? Or do you not even pay attention at all, and just you guys are doing your own work day and going at it?
I keep an eye out. Obviously, I'm curious. I'm a pretty curious person by nature. It's good for me, I think, to see kind of where people want to see, like what people want to see, or what people like about the programs that we offer. People often also comment about what they don't like, which typically isn't as constructed as some of the other comments. But
yeah,
I think it's very valuable to, obviously, I mean, for OP, I think it's very valuable to make sure that people enjoy what we do. And also kind of to piggyback on Aaron's story, it's just important for not only me, but I think a lot of people that, people know that we also enjoy games, and I really enjoy people playing X-Wing. Anytime I see somebody playing X-Wing at the store, I stop by, see what they're playing, see how they're doing. I know, I mean, most of my community, which is probably around 200 plus players actively. I know most of them, at least by name, maybe not always, but but I definitely know them by face, and I always try to, make sure that they feel engaged and heard, right?
Well, I'm sure Sarah has told you that she fell victim to the 5th place again at the OCX Store Championship. So,
yep, you heard it here first. FFG cares, and trolling Reddit gets shit done.
I want to extend the biggest thank you, Wade, to you from the OCX community. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was a big thing. It was, and probably more bigger for me than it was for you. You're like, okay, they said I can be on. That's cool. But I just want to thank you so much for being on. It was awesome.
Yes, thank you.
One of the biggest guests we've ever had. No, you are the biggest guest we've ever had. In my mind.
Right.
So
Okay.
you have the grand point until Alex and Frank. I mean, I'm considering both of them have to be on the show to beat Wade. That's like individually, no, fuck that. It's Wade beats you guys. But I want to thank you very much for being on the show. Chicago, you have any shout outs, buddy?
No. Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who showed up to OCX Store Championship, and specifically Sarah for trouncing me and knocking me, and
she did.
She knocked
you into the ground
and knocking me out of the cut. So thank you, Sarah. I love you.
She didn't even look up while she was just beating you into the ground.
It did not a care in the world, and yeah, that's my shout out goes to Sarah and everybody else who showed up to OCX Store Championship.
Wade, you got any shout outs?
Well, I mean, the OCX crew, you guys are doing a pretty fun job. I do actually listen to you guys sometimes.
What?
Sometimes.
There's
a lot of
pick sometimes.
There's a lot of podcasts.
We'll take it. Listen, we did start this as yet another OCX, yet another podcast.
So we'll take it. We'll take it.
Fair.
But obviously, I feel that games succeed because of the communities, and it's always very positive for me to see people actively doing stuff in their communities. So yeah, keep up the work, guys. And
I don't see the X-Wing community going anywhere anytime soon. So.
No, I hope to see everybody. Is it September 13th?
September 13th.
That's it.
It's going to be a big day for all of us. So.
Hey, if you want to celebrate 2.0 Eve with us on the 12th, you're more than welcome.
We're doing a play till midnight that night. So.
Oh, perfect. Sarah will set it up. Snapshot Sarah will get you on. So.
All right.
She's our field reporter, so.
For Minnesota.
Yeah, well, from anywhere.
Sure.
Wherever she's at with a cell phone.
I want to give a big shout out to everyone. I want to give a big shout out to our Patreons, because look what you're getting soon. The tyrannical alt art. Look at how beautiful it is. It's so pretty. We're gonna have a Patreon blast package coming out. It's like Tarani Calda's new stickers. You got some 2.0 TLT cards coming your way. It might possibly include the range 1, 2, and 3 rulers. So we're gonna be sticking it out there big and bad. Once the templates are done, those are going out as well. So I just want to thank all of our Patreons, and I want to thank all of our guests, especially Wade. Thank you very much for coming on. I want to thank Chicago. Wow, man. Seriously. Jeez. Like,
oh, you're welcome.
Like I didn't know I knew it was getting Wade. I didn't know it was getting a twofer.
Yeah, there you go.
But we're gonna send this off to the Yub Nub, everyone. So if you don't know what it is, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and you try to imitate the song of the Yub Nub, and John takes care of the rest. So, uno, dos, tres. Yub Nub.
Yub Nub.
Uno, dub, dub. Dub, bitty, ba-doop. Wade was on. Those are City Podcast. Everyone go to bed because it's super fucking late.
We had Wade on.
We had Wade on. Good night, everyone, and have a pleasant evening.
Good night, everyone.